Yeah, so it was like on a tape recorder, and I was speaking very quietly, which is quite unusual for me. And so she wrote a lot of notes, and then I checked the notes like the next day, the day after, and I'd mentioned certain places up near Derby and bits like that. And I'd given like a description of the area and how this river runs into a lake and then it runs back into a river and there's a church over on this bit, blah, blah, blah. And then I spoke to my mum and said, well, have we ever been there? And she said, no, you've never been there in your lifetime or whatever. And then I got out an old paper map and looked it up, and the place actually existed, and it was just as I described it, with the church at the end of the lake and blah blah blah, and all these other bits, and just with the notes that she'd given me of what I'd said, which I remember saying bizarrely, and then like double checking it with maps and things like that, it was all correct. So it was just, yeah, it was quite interesting. Opened my mind up quite a bit.
Keely, have you had past life regression? And Nick and Loop, have you either? None of you have. Anoop, you haven't, have you? You've had past life regression with me, though, haven't you, Anoop?
Yes.
And we done it before.
No, well, just after the like now, just after the hypnotherapy course, yeah, we done past life regression.
Cool. So Nick and Keely haven't done it at all. Good.
That makes me know.
It's like
Very.
opportunity to say, "Oh God, I can feel a."
Yeah, full our eyes.
So past life regression, I've been teaching past life regression. It's one of the first, well, it was the first course that I ever taught, and I've been doing it for years. From a therapist point of view, when I first qualified from the rubbish course that I did, it was all online, absolutely appalling. I went for the safe option of doing past life regression because it's not you don't get kind of result, a bit like when we do smoking or when we do weight loss or whatever we do, we want a result. You know, if someone comes to us to see us for anxiety or stop eating sugar or whatever, the following week we want to know what the result is, don't you? But that kind of frightened the life out of me. I was a bit like, oh my God, that's really scary. Whereas past life regression was it's more of an experience. So you might get someone who might not experience what they want to experience or what they're not expecting, and that's okay. But 9 times out of 10, they're going to have an experience. And we'll come to that, people that draw a blank. We'll come to that a bit later on. So it's, from a therapist point of view, it's easy. It's almost like a guided meditation, but we call it hypnosis because we're hypnotists and we're going to take them into hypnosis. We guide them back, but just like we do when we do other any kind of hypnosis, the client is fully aware of what's going on. We'll be talking to them, they'll be talking back to us. That's how alert they're going to be. They're not in some, they're not in some weird world, or they could be if they're in past life regression, but they're not in that kind of not knowing what's going on. They totally know. If you decide that you want to do past life regression, then there's so many ways that you can work with clients, and that could be on a one-to-one basis, or you can do past life regression parties that work really well. I used to do quite a lot of them, and they are a bit like, Tupperware parties, or where people invite you around, or whatever parties they've had over the years. Once one person has them, you tend to get a party out of it. And that can be a little bit scary at first because you charge accordingly, and you have a class, and the class, sorry, you have, say you have 6 people that want to experience past life regression, and they always feel a bit like safety in numbers. So if there's a few women or men that want to experience past life regression, they can all watch their friend go into hypnosis and go back and have the experience and bring them back out again, and then charging them accordingly. I mean, I used to charge, it was quite a few years ago, I used to charge about 40 quid or something like that each. and then might only do 4 or 5 people, 6 people tops. The only problem is you don't know how long someone's going to be in that past life for, and that could be a while. And if it is, you don't want to cut them off. And some people will be really quick, and they'll go back to a past life. They'll see what they want to see or do what they do, and then you bring them back out again. If it was on a one-to-one, you could probably take them into one past life, and you might see several past lives. You might bring them back to the like the corridor or the elevator or whatever you're guiding them through, and take them to a different life, depending on what's going on. So sometimes you can go into a past life and it can be like there's not much going on, and they go, oh, I'm just in a field. It's like, okay, if you're not getting anything from it, don't push it, don't take them out and take them somewhere else. Okay, and then it might be somewhere a little bit more interesting. And also from a therapist's point of view, I can be a bit like, yeah, this is boring, let's do something else, let's move on, because it's nice to have something that's a bit more eventful. And most people have already got it in their head, which, as we know as therapists, we know that the suggestion is already there, isn't it? If someone's coming to see you for past life regression, it's not going to be random. It's because they've thought about it, and they might believe that they've been here before, and they don't know why, or some do, but they want to experience it. So it's almost a suggestion in itself when they decide to make that appointment with you, or that party with you. Parties are slightly different, because some people just turn up and go, oh yeah, I'm not going to have it done. But as soon as they see one person doing it, they'll be like, oh yeah, I want it done. Okay, so it depends on what you want to get out of it from your business. If you want to do it on a one-to-one, great. Then as I always say, £100, 150 quid to do a one-to-one. If it's going to be in a group, maybe looking at I used to charge, like I said, 40, but I would say 50, 60 pound per person, or depends on how many people you've got going. But make it, if you're going to be there for a couple of hours, it's normally really fun. And also because if you're going to go and do past life regression parties, as a hypnotist, you can, before you've even started, is obviously introducing yourself and then saying, by the way, I normally see people for weight loss, smoking, fears and phobias, or whatever. And if you've got any questions before or after we finish the party, please feel free, or take my business card. So you've got that audience there. I've also done past life regressions for spiritual churches or centres, or whatever you want to call them, where I've had an audience, and that can be a little bit daunting when you first qualify, to stand in front of an audience of people and get someone up out of the audience, because I'd never used to take someone with me. I'd always pull someone out of the audience, and then hypnotise them and take them back to their past life. And there had been times where you drew a bit of a blank, and it's rare, but sometimes it happens. So that's the kind of basics of it, is what you want to do with this course, and how you want to, if you want to incorporate it with loads of other stuff, or you want it as a sideline to something else. The people that can't tend to want to do it are more spiritual people. They tend to be the type of your client that will want it, is spiritual people that believe that they've come from a past life. So, what is past life? Well, we'll never know, will we? Because we can all think that we were someone in a past life for whatever reason, but we have no, like Lisa said, she saw the map, she knew the place, she recognised it. Great, that's really great. But there are going to we can't. It's not fact, is it? She knows that that's happened to her, and that was her experience. That's not always going to be the case with other people. Some people are going to go really far back, and they won't be able to find anything that's related to that. You might not. So, some people think that they're brought stuff from their past life into this life. That's quite common. What do I mean by that? So when I've had a client that's had an illness that they believe that they had from their past life, and they brought it to this life, or I've had people that thought that something happened in their past life that has made them ill in this life. I've even had a woman who had in her past life, she believed, nothing to do with me, I didn't suggest it, that she had a poverty treaty that she signed in her previous life. Well, as hypnotists, we already know that going into the past life, she's already got that suggestion there, hasn't she? She's already thinking, I believe that I had a poverty treaty that I've signed. So don't be surprised if she goes into past life and guess what? She signed a poverty treaty. But in the past life, she got rid of it and she doesn't need to have that anymore. And then we kind of closed that door and went, you're done now. You're going to move forward. And it's safe for you to be wealthy and it's safe for you to have money and so on. So in regards to illnesses, I've had a client who felt like her IBS had something to do with her past life. So in her past life, we took her back. She got shot in the stomach. And she believes that was the start of her IBS. However, is it our past life? Or is it the way the brain or the subconscious mind or whatever you want to call it has decided that that's a metaphor to work out that problem? What do you think?
Could be either.
My thinking, there is past life, that we do come through many, many lives. And
I'm with you, Anup. I'm with you.
Yeah. So it's whether you're like what your beliefs are. And we all have different beliefs. And as I've always said when we've done other work, we have to respect other people's beliefs and what they believe in. So if they believe they were, the Queen of Sheba, then so be it. Like, be respectful of that. Because who are we to say that she's not or he's not? So I think being respectful to their beliefs is going to enhance their experience, and also they may get results from it. As we know, or Lisa may not be aware, but when we do metaphors with hypnosis, it's a way of the brain patterning it and then recognising it and going, oh yeah, I'm like that. So it might work.
Example, sorry, because I don't.
So say for example, if I told you a story about, I want you to imagine your beautiful house, the dream house that you can see in the distance, and as you get closer, the windows are dirty, you can't breathe inside, there's dust everywhere, the windows are yellow, the walls are yellow, and you're trying to give up smoking. The house represents your home, your body. And the mind then goes, oh, okay. And then you clean the house and you become a non-smoker. And that's the body. The lungs, you can't breathe. The yellow walls is the inside of the body. The windows may represent the eyes or whatever it is. And then once you give up smoking, you clean the house completely, and it becomes a beautiful place to live. That's a healthy place to live. That's a metaphor. I mean, obviously it's expanded if you was working with it. That's a metaphor. And that's where the subconscious mind will go, oh, I get that. It understands it. It patterns it to its own beliefs.
You made it tangible.
Yeah. And it's like if someone tells you a story about something, you probably do it if you're watching a TV program, like if you're watching, I don't know, Coronation Street or EastEnders or whatever. We can relate to it because we think, oh my God, what if that happened to me? how would I deal with that?
Mm.
Or you might have been in that situation. Could you have that happen to me? Do you see what I mean? Then the mind starts to go, that's how I would deal with this way. Yeah? So metaphors and past life regression could be something. It could be something that the mind is working out and tells you through a story. Does that make sense? Yeah. So it could be that. It could be a number of things. So, and I think that's how we've got to keep it open with our clients as well, is that we can take you back and give you this experience. However, one, there's no guarantees with everything. There's no guarantee. Secondly, you know, who are we to judge? And it's their beliefs. What beliefs have they got? And if they believe it, then we have to go with that. I think that's to be respectful and say, right, if your belief is that you've signed a poverty treaty, then let's go back and see if you have, and if so, let's deal with that, or whatever it is that the client might have. Yeah. So when we're working with clients, it's the same as what we would work with any client. We always do a pre-talk. So when we do a pre-talk, we are always explaining to the client exactly what will happen during hypnosis. And it's the same as what we would if we was doing any kind of hypnosis. From the induction, I'm going to take you into hypnosis with this induction. You're going to go into hypnosis. It's going to be easy. You're going to really enjoy it. You're going to love it. Remember, you're a hypnotist. You're going to be saying those words. Even as Lisa's not a hypnotist, but you would be saying, I'm going to take you into hypnosis, and you will be going into your past life. You're already telling them that suggestion. You will go into hypnosis with no problem. You'll love it. It's going to be easy. So once we do the pre-talk, it's explaining to the client that you're going to take them into the past life. It's going to be like a guided meditation. If at any time they want to stop, they can. You're going to guide them through that past life, and then you're going to guide them back out of the past life safely. When we take someone in, as they have to be fully aware that they will be, same as any other hypnosis, you're going to be talking to them, they're going to be talking back to you. They'll be fully aware of what's going on. When we take them into hypnosis, we tend to take them that little bit deeper than you would than other stuff, but you don't want them too deep, because obviously you need them to talk back to you. So a simple induction. I know on the notes there's quite a few different inductions, but they're all there just to be played with if you wish. But we know that magnetic fingers is the easiest one to get someone into hypnosis, and it works really well. Then deepener, taking them deeper, and then guiding them through to their past life. When we guide someone back to past life, we can take them a number of different ways. We can say to them, I'm going to take you down in the lift. If you ask them to get in the lift or the elevator or whatever you want to call it, get into the lift. As you're going down the floors, you're going to go deeper and deeper and deeper. Doors will open at the right time. You step out of the lift, you walk along the corridor, you'll see lots of different doors, maybe different shapes, sizes. They might have numbers on them of the year. I don't know. Don't guide your client too much. It's got to be left up to them. Leave it ambiguous. Go along the corridor, see those doors. I might want to say different sizes, but don't get too involved with it. Because what you're saying, they might not be seeing. See those different doors. Decide on which door you want to enter. Once they go in, then they'll be back in their past life. So you're putting in those suggestions. But you would have had a chat before. This pre-talk would have been talking about stuff like that. This is what you're going to experience. You're going to be in the past life. You'll see what you see in the past life, and I will bring you back out safely. Yeah? So a pre-talk is really, really important about what's going to happen, what you're going to do with them, and how you're going to get them back out again, and that they're going to be safe to come back out again. The hypnosis cycle, where you induction, take them in, take them deeper, make the suggestion, do what you need to do, and get them back out again safely, emerge with safely. Yeah, any questions about that? So if you're doing a pre-talk, you might want to do a bit more than that, in a bit more depth. And if you imagine the mind is like a big iceberg, and the tip of the iceberg is the conscious mind, and the great big bit underneath is the subconscious mind, I'm going to take you with hypnosis. We're going to bypass the conscious and go straight into the subconscious mind. And it's where the subconscious mind holds all of those memories, all of those beliefs, all of those habits come from the subconscious mind. And we're going to bypass the conscious straight into the subconscious and dip into those memories of your past life or past lives. Okay. Does that make sense, Lisa? I'm asking you because I know that these three have covered a lot of stuff like that.
Yeah, I think in the pre-talk I would everything you've just said, but I think I'd probably sort of try and establish whether they're a corridor person, a pathway person, something along them lines, because I wouldn't want to say the wrong one so that they felt off, if that made sense.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. So there are different ways that you can guide people. You can take them down a corridor, you can take them down a lift, you can take them across a bridge, and when they get to the other side of the bridge, they'll find themselves in their new past life. We can also do it so that they're looking through a photo album and they see a photo and they know that that's them, and they want to dive into that photo and experience whatever was going on in that photo. You may get an inkling from your clients. They might go, I think that I was on the Titanic, or, I was in a boating accident, or I'm frightened of drowning, or whatever. I think that's come from my past life. They might have a phobia about their past life, or that they think has come from a past life. We're not going to be curing that phobia or anything like that, because that's for something complete, like that's another session. But we're talking about that might be enough for the subconscious mind to tell the conscious mind, yeah, it's because in your past life you drowned. And that might be enough to stop that phobia.
But also, I'm not going to want to put them under by suggesting they're walking down a beach.
No. So the same with an elevator. If they're the type of person who likes to be in control, or they don't like small spaces, you don't want to be taking them in an elevator because you're going to panic them.
Yeah.
Same with like a beach, or like one of my clients whose husband got shot on the beach while she was walking along it.
Wow.
It's very, very rare, obviously, but there is no way that I would mention that. So it is talking about your clients, keeping it simple. Don't overcomplicate it. Guide them. I mean, you could even say you're going to find yourself walking down a long corridor. Keep it ambiguous. That corridor could be a very wide corridor. It could be a narrow corridor. They might not be able to see the end of the corridor, or they might see a light at the end of the corridor, or they might find another door at the end. We don't know. It's their imagination, so it's endless, isn't it? But as long as you're guiding them, and you could say, or you find yourself back in, you could simply just go, you're going to go back now through the years, a bit like a timeline. You're going to go back all the way through the years before you were born, and before that, and before that, and you go back and back and back until a time where you feel like you want to drop in and see what was going on in that life.
Mm.
It's really up to you how you want to do it. And it depends on your client as well. Because if you're talking to someone and then they go, I know that I come from Tudor time, you might want to do like a timeline and go, you're going to go back and back and back and back. And then you're going to find that time. Still leave it ambiguous, and you want to drop in. They're going to look, because they're thinking, if they've got Tudor in their head, that's the Tudor time, I'm going to drop into that part. I want to explore that. Some people will be like that, and others will have no idea what they want to do or how they want to experience it, and they're very, very open. And that's it. That's even easier, I think, because you're just going to go, right, you're going to be in that corridor. You're going to find yourself in a corridor. You walk along the corridor, you come to a door, you open that door, and you find that you're in one of your previous lives. Open the door. What do you see? When it comes to once you've got them into their past life, then it is open questions. It's open questions, but they've also got to be non-suggestive. So there's none of that, what colour are your shoes that you're wearing? Well, they might not have shoes on, but we're putting that suggestion. And then, of course, the subconscious mind is going, oh, she said I'm wearing shoes. Well, hang on a minute, where are my shoes? No, I'm a caveman. What do I do with wearing shoes? And then it confuses, and then they go down that rabbit hole. Do you see what I mean? So we want to keep them on track and keep the questions simple. So what can you see? Can you hear anything? Can you smell? You're always looking for the senses. What can you see? What can you hear? Who's with you? Can you see what you're wearing? Do you know what your name is? They're the kind of questions we're asking. What can you see? Who are you with? Do you want to explore? Like they might open a door, walk through, and they're in a bedroom. Or they might go, well, there's nothing in this room. I go, well, is there another door that goes somewhere else? Oh, yeah, there is. Okay, go through that door. Oh, there's a staircase. Okay, go down the staircase. Do you want to explore that? Does it feel safe to explore that? Some people will go into that room and then they'll suddenly go, I feel really uncomfortable in here. I know something bad really happened. Then you give them the choice. Do you want to explore what went on in this past life? Or do you want me to take you out of this one and take you down to another life? Then you're giving them the choice. Some will want to explore the uncomfortableness or the fear, and others will be like, no, I don't like it. I want to get out. That's fine. Okay, I'm going to take you out. Go back to the door that you know where it is. Go back there, open the door. You'll find yourself back in the corridor. I think keep it simple. I've worked with loads and loads of hypnotists that do past life regression, and some just really overcomplicate it. And it doesn't need to be. It really doesn't. It's all, like we had you're going into that elevator, and in that elevator there's a chair. You can see it's red and it's gold, and you sit there and you press the button and it moves upwards, downwards, sideways. You're overcomplicating everything. Just keep it simple. And that's fine if you want to go into that and say it's red and it's yellow and it's this, that, and the other. That's fine. But you don't need to. It's not necessary. Any questions about what I've said so far? Yeah. So during hypnosis, you're going to be guiding the.
Sorry, Max.
Go on, Anoop.
You said during the party, if you are doing this with a group,
Yeah.
and you say you might go blank, if I remember correctly, what do we do then?
Okay. So if they open the door and there's nothing there, like they go, it's just black, and they can come out and they can move to another door. If they're really struggling, and this has happened to me, I think twice, where they haven't, like they just keep drawing a blank, like the subconscious mind is going, no, it's not happening. no, it's not happening, right? You can say to them, I'm going to take you a little bit further back because what happened before it was blank. What was there before? You can also say to them, if you're really getting like nowhere with them, don't force it. Then bring them back out of hypnosis and say, I don't know why, but you've got some sort of block here. It could be something in this life that's blocking you. So take them back in this life. If they've got an issue with something, so say, for example, they come in and they go, I think I had an illness or an accident or whatever happened, they think happened in their past life. It could be something in this life. So just regress them back in this life and say, I'm going to take you back this life to a time where maybe you felt something happened to you that you want to relive or you want to look at again. Yep.
School. I miss. Sorry. If you said if you're down the corridor and you open the door and the room's black, they said the room's black.
Yeah.
My first thought with that was, can you feel a light switch? That was my first thought with that. Would that be wrong, or would that be?
No. You can absolutely.
Okay,
is there a light switch? Is there something that's keeping it that dark? When I said dark, I should have explained better. I've had it where they've just gone. It's just space, like they're stars. They can just see space.
Oh, okay.
And it was a bit like, well, there's nothing there. It's just dark space, and that's it. That's when you can close that door, or maybe do you want to try a different door? Or if it is dark, is there a switch? Yes. Or do you want to walk into that darkness?
Okay, so you can say all those, you can do those options.
You want to explore that darkness. Do you want to go through? They might go, yeah, actually, I can see that there's a lamp, or I can see another door. I might want to go through that. Whatever comes their way. So it's the thing is with past life regression, you are really thinking on your feet and keeping the questions very open, and try not suggest, but don't guide them too much. Don't suggest certain things that are not there.
Right. So don't.
It happened with me, didn't it?
Sorry, who's going to go first?
Lisa.
Lisa, let's listen to you. Then what was you about to say?
So it is perfectly all right to say, is there a light switch? Can you see it? Okay, so that wouldn't mess it up. Okay, thank you.
Anoop?
And like what happened to me when Sandra took me to past life, and then it was completely dark. There was nothing. I couldn't see any switches, nothing at all whatsoever, at all, completely dark. And then she brought me out. So yeah, it happened with me when she guided me into past life.
But then you obviously went somewhere else, because I vaguely remember yours now.
After that, I remember, after that I went to a different place, and then into the cellar kind of thing, the basement, and then went up there, and it was, but then again, that was not very clear either. It was like London buses full of like very busy area, like in a busy place of the city, and I'm up on the, I don't know, fifth, sixth floor from the balcony, and then I'm looking down. Yeah, but not much clarity. So I took it that I wasn't ready to go into the past life yet.
Yeah. And
that was the signal to me, because the first room, it was completely dark, nothing at all. I can't even see any steps that I can go down. And the second time, although I could see kind of the basement, the cellar, mostly dark, but there was a corner that was a little bit of light, and then I went up there and then went upstairs. Yeah, I could see my cousin there, but that was it. Not much. Yeah.
Yeah. But you went back to a time when you were much younger, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's not like And I
much younger, but I saw the same cousin I have in this life. So same cousin, we were younger, I think. Yes, we were younger, but I couldn't work out where we were.
Yeah. It's a strange one, isn't it? Because that happens a lot in past life, where people meet people in their past life and they know who they are in this life.
This life, yes.
And it could be a relative, a friend, or partner, or whoever. And that's common. And also it can make sense on why you have that relationship with that person and the way that you have that relationship. Like one of the girls we had on the course, she went back to her past life and she had a son. It was her son that she had to, her parents died and she had a son that she had to look after. And she had to make sure that he could, that he had food, and that, she had to look after him basically. And then when she came out of the past life regression, when she came out, she said, that little boy that was I had to look after is my brother in this life. And she felt the need to look after him in this life as well. She said, she said, he's my brother. She said, and, he's a grown man. He's got his own kids. And she's ringing him up going, have you eaten? Are you okay? Like she's his mother. And she said, I'm not. But in his previous life, she was. So things like that come around, but you might not get it out of them in the actual event of when they're in hypnosis. So when we do hypnosis, it's always good to either record it, video record it. If the client wants it recorded and they want to record it on their phone, that's great, because then you can do it on their phone and they've got it already. If they want to do it on a voice note, they can do it on a voice note that you can do on most smartphones. Or the old-fashioned way would be, as the hypnotist, write down what's going on. But really, you're better off just recording it, because then they can go back and go over it. And if there is, like Lisa was saying about places and things like that, maps, or where she knew that the church was and the river or whatever, you can go back and look at that. And I've had that with a lady that I did some hypnosis with on a one-to-one, and she mentioned the name of a tribe. I can't for the life of me think of the name of the tribe, but she mentioned the tribe. It's a really unusual name, but we researched it afterwards, and she thought she was in Arizona, but it turns out it was either Australia or Iraq, because that's where that tribe come from.
Oh.
So it's nice if you can record it, because then you've got it there and you can go back to it, or they can go back to it and they can think about it. And I often think if anyone, if you've ever had a reading with a psychic or anything like that, sometimes you go along with things and then you go, it doesn't make sense, that doesn't make sense. And then you get home and they go, oh my God, yeah, that's it. That's what they mean. Has that ever happened to any? Is that ever? Yeah, you think, oh, I can't relate to that, and then a day later, or by the time you get home, it's made sense. Past life regression can be a little bit like that. While they're in the moment, they can't make much sense of it, or they're sort of just going with it, and they're telling you and the rest of the people that are watching what's going on. But it won't be till maybe they come out of it and they'll go, oh my God, I know that person is my mum in this life, or my sister, or my friend, or whatever. So that happens. But we also get people changing their gender, and they change their accent, and that can be a little bit like, whoa, where does that come from? Okay, so it's just more of a be aware that can happen. So I've had, and I think I might have discussed this before, I had a lady that I did past life regression. I've never met her before. A young woman. I was in the spiritual church in Billericay, and she was just very, very very casual, jogging bottoms, very tracksuit kind of thing, and she was quite softly spoken, but she was like, hello, all right, talk common as muck like me. And she sat there, and she was a bit sort of slumped in the chair, quite relaxed, and took her into hypnosis. And when she got to, she sat upright, and she went from talking like me to I'm in London and with Papa, and my husband to be is with me, and we're going to be discussing the wedding. Well, I won't be, because I should know my place. I am seen and not heard. I sit, but I don't have any input. It was all that kind of talk. And it was like everyone in the audience were like, oh my God. And even when she came out, you know, because she sort of come out and she was like, what the fuck? Who was that? It was like a split personality. It was really, you know, great to watch. And she was quite, actually in this life, she was quite like timid almost. It was not, it was interesting. And I've seen that quite a few times. I've had it where a very sort of ladylike person, a lady that was sitting there in the party that we had, and past life regression party, and she suddenly, you know, she's very ladylike, her legs were crossed, very elegant looking, and she suddenly, her legs came apart, and she sort of sat with, you know, how sort of like a man would sit with their sort of like up straight but legs apart, almost like ready for a fight sort of thing. And she started going on about women. I hate women. They're all whores. I beat them when I can. I own the land and it was a place in Scotland. I own the land there, and women are only there to service me sexually and look after me, to feed me, and all this. I mean, she was absolute pig in her previous life, but it was like she came out because, you know, she was swearing the whole way through. She was going, "They're all fucking whores," all like that, and I was like, "God!" And we all sort of sat there going, "Oh!" And when she came out, she was almost like, "Oh, sorry about that." It was really bizarre, but you will come across it. You will get these things that happen. One of the most strangest one that I've ever had, and I've got it on video actually, and I can always put it in the link. I've got all of these are all recorded, so they're all there. I can send them to you. We had Bernice, who's one of my students, and she'd done past life regression course with me, but she also done a diploma. Lovely, lovely lady, and really lovely. In her past life, she got really emotional because she said that she missed these people. They weren't people, they were beings. Well, when she went, "I'm missing this being," or whatever, I was a bit like, "Being? What does that mean?" So I asked her to elaborate. And basically there were aliens, like blue aliens, that she was really missing. She felt like she said, "I think that I really missed them." And she was fine. She was upset. And I said, "Can you describe these beings?" And she went, they're like a blue teardrop. And she said, "They're like almost see-through." I was like, okay. So that was really strange. And she went on to talk about them in great depth, like they were family. They were family. Go on, Lace.
You said that, you know, like these sort of like drastic character changes, you know, when people have gone back. Have you ever come across someone where you've gone back and it turns out they were like some serial killer nutter or something? Do you know what I mean? And you felt in danger or anything like that? Or, you know, is that something that could be possible? How would you deal with that?
Yes, I think it could be possible. I don't think it's likely to happen because I think the subconscious mind would protect you from seeing yourself as that person. But I have experienced people that have been shot in the head, been shot in the stomach.
They've been the victim, no, not the perpetrator.
Person that's done the murder. No, I've not experienced that.
Imagine if they
What would
murdered
be the
somebody.
tip? Sorry?
Imagine if they murdered somebody.
Yeah, I was just
Yeah.
born and raised in the East End in the 70s, and well, born in the 60s, 70s and 80s in the East End, saw enough. Do you know what I mean? So I was just thinking if something like that did come up with someone when they were like, oh, I'm Reggie Cray. I'm not saying I'm not, but do you know what I mean? Like, how do you deal with that and keep that safe?
The worst, I think, the worst I've had is where I had a lady that she had 2 children, and her husband in her previous life, she believed she didn't witness it in the past life, but she knew it had happened. He shot the children.
Wow.
And then he came in. She said the children are missing, and they lived on a farm. People have gone out to look for the children. But I know my husband shot them. And then she was in the farmhouse, and she was panicking, going, I know the kid. She was upset, crying. And while that's happening, I have to say, as a therapist, it would be like, let her express that. If she's crying, don't bring her out of it. Let her go through that trauma, go through it, because you're releasing it. Let her cry. She cried, and then she said, oh, my husband's come back. And then she just went, he's killed me. I've been shot. That was quite, I wouldn't say it was upsetting, but it was very real. It felt very real, quite traumatic.
How was she after when she came back round?
She was really upset. When you've worked with people that have had trauma and they've released their trauma, they can still feel a little bit shaky from it. So she had a cup of tea and she calmed right down, and she went, oh, that makes so much more sense. I feel so much better now that I saw that. You just let her get through it. And when they come back out again, all you do is say, look, you're not, that's over with now. And that will make a massive difference in your life, because you'll feel so much better. Because
I guess the body would still release those chemicals, though, wouldn't it? If you're witnessing that fear, well, witnessing yourself being killed, your body now is still going to release those chemicals because you're seeing it again. You're doing it again.
The trauma of it all, but you're disassociated. So it's not as bad, but because you're disassociated, you're seeing yourself. Some will see themselves in that position, and some will be that person, but you're not as associated as if it's just happened.
Like watching it in EastEnders.
Yeah.
But if it was the person that was the murderer, though, how do you pull yourself? How do you pull them out of that quickly? Or you don't.
You let.
Or if it was the guy with the gun, you just let him shoot them.
Yeah, you go through it, because he might not have shot her. We didn't know he was going to shoot her.
Okay.
She said, he shot me. I've been shot. And then she went, that's it. Everything's going dark. Everything's going. And she was crying. And I went, okay, but remember, you're safe. You're just saying, remember, you're safe now. You're safe now. We're going to start to bring you back to the present time. Take a deep breath in. Let's bring you back out nice and slowly. Remember that that's done. That's finished. That's over. You're going to come back to the present time as Nikki. You're now coming back as the woman you are today. You're safe now.
Yeah, that's what some people are worried about, because I've said I can't wait to do this course, can't wait to try it out. And they said, oh, I was just worried what I'd stir up. And I think it's probably things like that. If you actually witness somebody killing your kids.
It's very rare. It's so rare.
Yeah.
Because most of us have had really boring lives.
I'll say that. It's really rare. Sit down, shut up. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, because if it's really boring, I'm a bit like, oh, can you just make something up now, because I'm bored? No, but seriously.
Leave that knife behind you.
Yeah. Like, I'll be kicking them, going, go on. Like something else. No, but seriously, I'm picking out the really
juicy ones.
The ones that have gone, been very unusual. I had a very regular client of mine who done past life regression, and she was a little girl, and it was really strange because she's about 50, or she was about 50 odd years old at the time, and I'd already done one. She wanted to experience other past lives, but anyway, we did this particular life, and she sat there and she just went, suddenly she went, I've got pigtails. And I went, oh, how wonderful. And because I knew straight away she was a child, and I went, oh, how lovely. I love pigtails. How old are you? I'm 10, and I was like, oh, amazing. I said, and what else are you wearing today? She said, I've got my favourite dress on. I went, oh, and where are you going? Because you then end up talking to them like a child. Do you see what I mean? So she was like, I'm going to go and see Daddy. I'm so excited. I'm going to go and take some sandwiches to Daddy. He's working out on the farm. Da 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 da. And Mummy's coming with me. Great. Tell me when you get there. Do you see what I mean? Then you're talking to her because she's a 50-year-old woman who's talking like a 10-year-old kid. So, sorry, I heard a noise. So yeah, so that then you're talking to her, what's going on, she ended up getting killed in the farm.
For fuck's sake. Jesus Christ.
No one bites the dust.
Yeah. She went out to see her dad with her mum, and they had sandwiches, and she was like, I love Daddy so much. And then some machinery or something fell over. It fell on top of her, and she started screaming, I can't get out, I can't get out, I can't get out. I was like, okay, well, remember you're safe. And that's just reassuring. Remember, you're okay, you're okay. And Daddy's crying and Daddy can't lift it. And I was like, okay, you're okay. Let her go through it. And then she said, Nanny's here to come and get me. She died. And I was like, she said, I've got to go with her. I've got to go with her. I was like, okay, off you go. And then we brought it back out again.
So you let her go with the nan before you brought her back up?
Yep. I said to her,
Okay.
you want to go? You want to give her the option? Do you want to go? You want to go with nan? She said, yeah, I want to go with her. I feel the love, and I want to go with her.
Okay.
When it's been that traumatic and that like as intense as that, you want to start walking down the corridor for another load, you just
no.
Just get them out.
Just go, right, okay, are you ready to come back? I tend to give them, depending if it's a one-to-one, I might say, are you happy with like what you've done? It depends how long it's taken. If it's taken them forever, I'd be like, right, come on, let's wind this up. And they've had a traumatic time. Okay, let's wind this up. Let's get you out of here because this is exhausting. But if they've gone into a past life regression and they've gone, I'm in this room and there's not much going on. I'm looking after my mum and I'm just making her a cup of tea and I'm looking around. There's not much here. We're very poor or whatever. Okay. Have you explored enough? I might give them that option. Do you want to explore a little bit further? Do you want to explore the rest of the house? Do you want to explore what's outside? What can you see outside? They might go, oh yeah, I've got a horse outside. Oh, okay. Or I've got a car. Oh, okay. What does the car look like? Because then you're getting the era, aren't you? Do you see what I mean? Or if they're looking at clothing, what clothing are you wearing? You might get an idea of roughly what year it is or era that they're in. Yeah. So asking the right questions. One of the questions, one of my other students, she always asked, have you got any money on you? Because then you can always look at the money and see who's on the coin and what country are you in. Sometimes people go, I'm not in this country, I'm in a very hot country, or I'm very cold, I'm in the mountains, or whatever. So what I've been trying to say for the last half hour is be open with this. It's an open, like, he's so open with it. Expect the unexpected. It can be really, really boring, but it can be, we're chatting to, she's talking to aliens and she's been murdered. Yeah? So you never know what will happen. You never know. Any questions so far? You can always butt in, just butt in, even if it's just your opinion. Please feel free. Any questions about what I've said so far? So we start off with, we're going to do our pre-talk, what's going to happen, how it's all going to work. You're going to go into hypnosis. You're going to love it. You're then going to do an induction, which I suggest magnetic fingers is the easiest one to get into hypnosis. Take them into hypnosis. You're looking for that fingers sticking together, that fluttering of the eyes. Might feel a bit flush in the face. Might feel a bit flush on the chest, whatever. Might feel twinges around the body. That's then going into hypnosis. Excuse me. Then you're going to be taking them deeper into hypnosis, and you can do that with muscle relaxation. You're going to go deeper and deeper into relaxation. Not even relaxation, you go deeper and deeper into hypnosis. Your body will be relaxed, but your mind is very much alert. Then you're going to guide them through the corridor or down the staircase or whatever script you want to use. And again, you know I don't like scripts, but you will need a script of some sort to guide them if you feel like you want to guide them a certain way. And that's fine. I tend to cut to the chase. I'm a bit, because you know what I'm like. I'm a bit like, but let's just get on with this. You're going to find yourself in a corridor, walk along the corridor, open the door, you'll be in one of your previous lives. We've had clients, actually had one of the students saying that she found a door that had a date on it. It was like 1902. She walked in it. She was a woman in that era. She found herself on a ship. You really don't know what you're going to get. Some people know their name, some people don't. Some people will be very vague, and some people will give you a lot of details. But you really, really don't know until you're there. So I explain that to some clients as well, so that they've got a bit of an understanding of how it works. And then we bring you out safely. And when we bring them out, we're like, that you close that door, and everything that happened in that door, behind that door, you now close it, it's over, and you find yourself slowly coming back. And when we're bringing them back, we are bringing them back a little bit slower. So you're going to walk back down that corridor, you release everything that was done, is finished with, you're going to start to walk back to the present time. Or if you're doing it a timeline, you're going to start to float up out of that timeline, and you're going to float all the way across, all the way through the years, back to today, the present time, the here and now, where you are a Anoop, and a Anoop in the present time, the present day, the here and now, feeling comfortable, confident, relaxed, and energized, or whatever suggestions you want to put in. And I would suggest, pardon the pun, that you do that you put in. You're going to come back feeling calm, confident, positive, knowing, as we can say, now knowing what you now know, because they already know what's happened. You now know that you can move forward in this life as the person that you are today. And then just bring them back out. I'm going to count to 10. That's the only time I might count them up. I'm going to bring you back nice and slowly. And you can open your eyes and come back to me nice and slowly when you're ready. And only when you're ready. Yeah? So it's quite straightforward. As a hypnotist, it's like I said earlier, it's the experience that we're going for. We're going for the experience. It is a result because we're there experiencing past life, but it's not a result as in they're now a non-smoker and we've got to check this and check that and give them homework and God knows what else. We're not doing any of that. We're just literally putting them in, getting the experience and bringing them back out again. And then talking about it after, recording it if you want to, whatever way the client wants it. I would personally, I prefer it if it's just on a voice note. Yeah, everyone happy with that?
Mhm.
So what I'd like to do is I want to take a 15-minute break, taking us up till 7 o'clock. And then I'm going to hypnotize someone as a demonstration so you can see how that all works and what happens. Yeah. Who's going to be my guinea pig? I think it should be Nick, actually.
Okay.
Okay, because I think it'd be nice for Lisa to watch, especially as we're going to do some hypnosis as well. And then we'll put you and we can practice what we've done. You can ask questions and all the rest of it. Should we do that?
Yep.
Because Nick, I know you want to be hypnotized for this, so we might as well do it with you.
I feel a bit nervous. Oh, well, it's like nothing happens, but
That's normal. When I've had it past life regression, and I was nervous, and that's normal. So that's all right. But
You're in a safe space.
yeah.
safe space, or are you? No. So we do that. So we take 15 minutes. Come back at 7. Have a little move around, shake it, because you know that's better for the brain. Have a cup of tea, and I'll see you back at 7 o'clock. And put your things on mute, and I'll stop the recording. Please remind me to put the recording back on. You know what I'm like.
There's
Okay, so just to recap, so we've gone through what we can achieve with hypnosis with past life regression. We talked about the pre-talk and induction, taking them deeper, taking in down a corridor or down in the lift or elevator or whatever you want to call it, whatever way you want to take them into that past life. When it comes to questions, we're asking them the questions: what can you see? What are you wearing? We're not putting in suggestions. During the hypnosis with Nick, what I'm going to do is I will ask the students, I'll ask you lot, I'll ask questions, but they will get to a point where I say, does anyone else have any questions? Okay, so you can ask questions as we go along. I will also, as I'm taking Nikki into hypnosis and taking her deeper, I'll also be saying to you students, this is what I'm doing next. Okay, while I'm taking Nikki into hypnosis, while she's doing her thing, I'm talking to you lot and I'm talking to her. That's absolutely fine, because she's going to be aware that I'm talking to her, and you lot will be aware that I'm talking to, obviously, you lot, just to explain some things as we go along. What was that, Nick?
Good. It'd be the same like if you were at a party, it would be like everybody'd be a crowd there, wouldn't there? So
Yeah. So whenever I've done it, to be honest, I've done it more for an audience than I have one-to-one. Just because that's the way it's worked. Probably because I've done so many training courses on it. So I always open it up because it's quite nice, because when you're sitting there watching a past life regression take place, you're sitting there and there must be questions that you might think, like, I haven't thought of. I want to ask a question about blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so feel free, as we start asking Nikki questions, I'll ask, has anyone got any questions? And you can butt in, ask. But remember to keep it non-suggestible. Like I said, I'm not asking them what dress they've got on. I might be wearing a dress or shoes or whatever. Before I start, has anyone got any questions about what we've done? Any questions at all? No? Just make a start on it. Any nervous, Nick?
yeah.
Good. Do you have any idea about past life that you may have had?
No.
So totally open, totally like No, nothing comes to mind. No sort of intuition of like, oh, I think I might have been
No.
the Queen of Sheba.
No, definitely no. No, haven't.
Nothing at all. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, obviously this is going to be recorded, but I'm going to write down a couple of notes as I go along as well, so that I can go over them when we get to the end. I can normally remember, to be fair, but so let's just write a few notes and have a need to. Sometimes it comes in handy. And obviously, if you guys want to write notes, that's entirely up to you. So what we'll do is we'll take you into hypnosis, Nick. Now, I know most of you already know the pre-talk. During hypnosis, you're going to be fully aware of what's going on. I'm going to be talking to you. You're going to be talking back to me. I'm going to guide you into that past life, or maybe 2 lives. I don't know. Depends on what happens. I have no idea what's going to happen. We're going to take you in there. If there's any time that you want to stop and you don't like it, just say, I don't like it in here. I want to get out. That's fine. We can get you out there safely. If you have any questions, obviously you'll be able to talk to me during hypnosis, and we'll take you back to that past life and see what happens. So, as you already know, with hypnosis, your mind is like a big iceberg. Tip of the iceberg is the conscious mind, which is what we're in now. We're talking to each other. The great big bit underneath is the subconscious mind. We're going to bypass the conscious and go straight into the subconscious, where your memories and stuff is stored there. And we're going to open up those memories and bring back those a past life, or maybe 2, depending on what happens. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hypnosis is a state of awareness. You're going to be fully aware. It's a bit like when you drive your car from A to B. You can't remember how you got there. You've done that?
Yes.
For sure. That's what hypnosis is like, but I'm going to guide you through that daydream, if you like, and take you back to your past life. So if we should get cut off for whatever reason, shouldn't do, but who knows? If we do, then just come out of hypnosis and log back on, and I will do the same. If it happens to me, then I can rely on a noob to take over. Did you get that, noob? If I suddenly lose Wi-Fi for whatever reason, I should be able to get it back on. I've got 2 lots of Wi-Fi here. But if there's a problem, I'll expect a noob to take over.
Okay.
Because he knows what's what. He pretends he doesn't, but he really does. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And another thing is always safety. If we're dealing with someone on Zoom, make sure that they've got their device in a place where it can be hands-free. You'd be surprised the amount of people that come to see me and they're holding their device, and you're like, you're going to have to put that down. Make sure that they're safe, that they're sitting somewhere where it's safe, they're not going to fall over. Or what happened to one of my friends, and he said that they was hypnotizing someone. They had their laptop on their legs, and they went back and their legs and the laptop fell off and went on the floor. I think I'm shouting at her. The laptop's on the floor. Anyway, so that won't happen. So Nick, I know that Nick, you're safe there, aren't you?
Yep.
Things around you, you can't harm yourself or anything like that. No dog that's going to jump on your lap.
No, that's why that was what I just went out for. I went to my husband, make sure they don't come in, stop banging on the door. You're not in here.
Typical mum, right? Okay. Yeah?
Yeah.
So what we're going to do, first of all, ready to go into hypnosis? Ask permission. You ready to go? Explore
Yep.
past regression? Perfect. So what I want you to do is just start by taking a breath in through the nose and exhale out nice and slowly. And if everyone else is all on mute, yep. And then just come back and take another deep breath in, Nick. Back out again, nice and slowly. And we're just calming her down. And one more nice deep breath in. Exhale out twice as long, nice and slowly. Perfect. And then I want you to just bring your hands up and give them a rub. Put your palms together, entwine the fingers. Bring those 2 fingers apart. That's it. And just, I want you to look at that gap between those fingers. I will always demonstrate that in front of a client. I want you to really focus on the tips of those fingers. Focus, focus, focus. As you focus on those fingertips, those fingers will get closer and tighter and closer and tighter and closer and tighter. Now, as you go into your hypnosis, as you focus and focus on the tips of those fingers will get closer and tighter and closer and tighter. Take a breath in, exhale out, and I want you to just take those hands down into your lap. And as you follow it down and your eyes are already closed, perfect. Take another breath in, exhale out nice and slowly. And this is the point where we're looking for maybe flickering in the eyes. You may feel a bit flush. That might be in the face, the neck, the chest. It doesn't really matter. We know that we've got hypnosis. I've hypnotized Nick before. So as you breathe in through the nose, exhale twice as long, you will go deeper into your hypnosis. And the deeper you go, the better you feel. As that hypnosis works its way through the facial muscles, the muscles will relax. As that hypnosis works its way down through the neck, the chest, the stomach, and all the way down through those legs and down to the feet and through every single toe. As that hypnosis comes up with the soles of your feet, it doubles up in strength, taking you deeper and deeper and deeper. And the deeper you go, the better you feel. Notice your breathing slowing down. Your body will be relaxed, but your mind is very much alert as you go deeper into your hypnosis. The hypnosis comes up through the soles of the feet and it doubles up in strength. It comes up through the calf muscles, up through the thighs, all the way up through the spine, and it branches off the various organs around the body. You feel perfectly safe. As you go deeper into your hypnosis, deeper and deeper and deeper, as the hypnosis just swirls and whirls around your entire body, you feel relaxed and calm. And you remember who you are. You know where you are, where you live, who you are. As you go deeper and deeper and deeper into hypnosis. Your head is going to support, your neck is going to support your head. And although your body is relaxed, you stay upright and you listen to my voice and my voice only as you drift deeper and deeper and deeper. And the deeper you go, the better you feel. That's right, the deeper you go, the better you feel. And for some time now that you've come to realise that you have been in this world before, you've been here before the woman that you are today, you know deep down that you've had previous lives. And I don't know how many you've had, and you maybe don't know, and that's okay. But today you're going to head back to one of those previous lives in the past, way, way back before you were born. You're going to head back, all the way back to one of those past lives today. And I'm going to guide you there. And it's going to be safe to do so. It's perfectly safe to go all the way back. So I want you to take a nice deep breath in. Exhale out nice and slowly. Perfect. And I just allow yourself to relax. You're perfectly safe. As that hypnosis takes you deeper and deeper and deeper, you will find yourself in a corridor. And the corridor will have lots of different doors. Just let me know, give me the nod when you find yourself in that corridor. Yeah, okay, good. So what I want you to do is I want you to walk along that corridor. Can you see those doors? Good. You may find a particular door that you like. Maybe it's a big door, small door, wide door. It doesn't really matter. It might have maybe a number on the year. It might have a name on it. I don't know. But you'll find the right door for you. So go ahead, walk along the corridor and find the right door that you want to explore. And let me know when you found that door. You found that door already. Good. Are you happy to enter that door? Because when you enter that door, you will be in one of your past lives. So just take a breath in. That's it. Nice and slowly. Remember, you're safe and you're okay. And you can open that door when you're ready and enter that previous life. Let me know what you see when you open it. Sorry?
I wanted this door because it was blue, but now I've opened it and it is just black.
Just black inside.
Nothing.
Nothing in there. Do you want to try another door or do you want to explore into that darkness?
No, I'll try another door.
Shut that one then. Walk a little bit further, and as you walk further, you'll go deeper into hypnosis. And this is the time and the place that you can go back over the years, way, way back before you were born, going deeper and deeper and deeper before you were born in this life. Maybe a previous life or a life before that or a life before that. A life that you want to explore again. And maybe there's a reason for that. And maybe there isn't. And that's okay. When you find the right door for you, just let me know. Take your time. Let me know when the right door comes along. There? When you open this door, when you're ready, you can enter that door back into that previous life. What's going on?
Not a lot in there. It's like it's like an old barn.
Okay, that's okay. What else can you see?
It's just dusty. It's not much. There's nothing in there. There's just like it's a tall like it's not even a shelf. It's like another level on this barn with the hay underneath it. But it's like it's just dark. Like it would be dark outside. I'm just standing in there.
Okay. Any emotions with that? No? Do you want to explore and go outside of the barn?
Very quiet.
Okay. Can you see anything? Are you outside the barn? What can you see?
I've gone to the back. There's another door at the back.
Okay.
It's deserted. It's like a cowboy town, but it's just a deserted street.
Okay. Can you see what you're wearing?
I think like a pin, like what they'd have like an apron.
Apron, okay. Do you know what your name is? Anything about you? No?
Mm-mm.
What else is in the street?
Nothing. Nobody.
What buildings are there?
Rundown shacks.
What does it feel like? Does it feel like home or not?
No, it's just eerie.
Okay.
Why there's nobody here? Like, like those old barrels.
What's the floor like?
Hmm?
What's on the floor?
It's dust and hay.
Can you smell anything, hear anything else?
It's silent. There's not a soul anywhere.
Okay, I'm
But
gonna.
they've all ran off.
Okay. Do you have any idea how old you are?
Early 20s?
Okay. Do you know what your purpose is to be there?
No, unless I get left behind.
Okay. I'm going to open the questions up to the rest of the students. Anyone got any questions you want to ask Nikki?
Can you hear any traffic sound, any people, anything?
It is just silent.
When you're standing there, how do you feel?
Just feels eerie. It just feels that I shouldn't be here. That everybody else just ran off.
Why do you feel you are there?
Oh, it's like a ran from something that I don't know.
You feel okay and safe, or
Yeah, because I know there's not even a distant pin drop.
What's next door? What's the nearest building to you?
It's like a would say a pub, but isn't going to be a pub. It's going to be where they would have been drinking.
Do you want to go into there? Do you want to explore?
It looks like there's been a fight. There's glasses everywhere, smashed, stinks beer.
What else is going on?
Nothing. Nothing at the back.
When you're outside, can you see anything in the distance?
It's just a dusty town that is just completely deserted with nobody here.
How does it make you feel being there where there's no one there?
Nervous because I think they've ran from something that I don't know about.
Okay.
Can you see any sign, anything that points to the time, the day, the year?
Nothing.
Maybe a hoarding or a
It's like it's not a wholesome cart. Say a broken, like what they would have had. They would have led with a wholesome cart. Like there's a broken cart where the horse is bolted.
Okay. You feel all right though?
Mm-hmm.
There's not much else there.
Mm.
Do you want to come out of this life and explore another one?
Yeah.
Okay, so head back to where you came in, back into the corridor, back through the door. Let me know when you're back in the corridor. Yeah. Just take a nice breath in. Now that you know you've come out of that life, you've left whatever's there, you've left behind. And I want you to walk down that corridor. Just focus on your breathing as you breathe in and out nice and slowly. And you remember that you're safe and you're okay. And that was good to go back to that past life, but you know that there's other lives that you can revisit. And you can pop back to any of them. So when you find the right door, got that? You can open that door and you can go back in, go through that door to enter that previous life. What can you say? What's going on?
Nothing.
What's in the room? What's like in the door, the other side of the door?
Okay. Bedroom.
Okay.
Dressing gown on the back.
Do you know what year it is?
It's quite current. It's a normal bed, normal dressing gown.
Okay. Any noises?
Out the window, I can see there's kids playing on a hill.
What do the children look like? What are they wearing?
That's all I can describe. Like what the kids in Mary Poppins would be wearing.
Okay. What they doing?
The room I'm standing in is the man that's standing with the kids.
You know it's his room.
That's his room.
Okay. And who is that man?
That's their dad.
And who are you?
I don't know. I'm not sure yet.
Okay.
I think I'm the mum
Okay.
watching them out the window.
What are you wearing?
Again, I want to say I look like Mary. I'm dressed like a maid.
Okay. Do you know what your name is? Okay.
This isn't our house. This is our quarters.
Okay.
I'm the maid of the house.
Okay. What else is going on? There's a big sigh. What's going on?
They're awful to me,
Okay.
but they're not to them.
Who's then?
Our children and my husband.
How old are the children?
5 and 8.
Are
They're,
they
they're happy.
okay? Are they you? They're not your children.
They're mine. We live in the servants' quarters.
Okay. Who do you serve?
The family whose house we live in. But I don't know why they're so awful to me.
Remember, you're safe.
I think I don't get to see them enough.
Okay.
They don't let me see them
Do you know why?
because I'm their maid. I think that room I was in I was making it up. It's their room. They stay there and I stay away from them.
Okay. Do you know why?
It's just what the deal is.
Okay.
I'm lucky. I should be lucky because they're safe and they're happy.
But you don't seem happy.
But we've got nowhere else to go.
Okay. Have you been there a long time? And what does your husband do?
I think it's my parents' house. They own it.
Okay. So if it's your parents' house, but you're the maid.
They only wanted boys.
Right. And do you have any siblings?
Yeah, I've got brothers.
Okay. Are they older than you or younger than you?
Older.
Okay. What else is going on while you're there? What else do you know?
It's just very, very rich. Seems like the only nice thing I've got is to be able to look at my own children through the glass window.
Can you go out there and play with them? Do you know why?
Because I've always got something to do.
Any of the students have questions?
What gender are the children?
Huh?
What did you say, Keely? I didn't hear you.
What gender are the children?
Boy and a girl.
A boy and a girl.
Are there any other children?
No, she asked what gender, but there was a boy and a girl, isn't there?
Yeah, the 5-year-old's a boy and the 8-year-old's a girl.
Do you know their names?
Henry?
Struggling with the little girl's name.
I want to say it's a H. Harriet?
Okay.
Are they allowed to come and see you? Who looks after them?
Their dad.
Who, sorry?
Their dad.
Is that your husband? How long have you been married?
Ten years?
Do you know what your purpose is to go back to that life?
For them. I don't have a purpose.
Okay.
To clean the house. I'm kept downstairs in the cellar.
And you don't know why. And does your husband do anything to help you?
No, it just seems that's just the way it is.
Okay. I can see that you're quite distressed by this. Are you ready to come back? Or is there anything else that you want to do while you're there? Nothing else? You ready to come back? So head back towards the door that you came through. As you get closer, you're going to start to remember who you are. And whatever happened there, you're going to close it and leave all the emotions, anything there that happened there in the past where it belongs there. Go through the door when you're ready and enter back into the corridor where you'll be back to Nicky Bones, remembering who the hell you are in today. And back into the corridor. Just let me know when you're back in the corridor. And I want you to take a nice breath in. And I want you to see yourself as the woman you are today, the brilliant woman, the confident woman, the woman who's free, who has choices. And who has wonderful children. Make sure that door's closed and everything else is left there. And I'm going to start to bring you back to the present time, the here and now. It's the wonderful woman that you are. Just take a breath in when you're ready. I'm going to count to 5. And when I get to 5, you will open your eyes and you will be back at the present time, the here and now. 1. The body's starting to stir and starting to come back to me. 2. That past life is over. It's done with. 3. Starting to get your energy levels back as Nikki, the woman you are today. 4, starting to feel better, energized, feeling happy, confident, positive. 5, and you can open your eyes when you're ready and only when you're ready.
Oh my God. Do you know what's saying that? Do you know what's weird, really weird? I have, ever since having the kids, been obsessed about them being taken away from me. So it makes sense now, after how I felt then looking at them.
Yeah. Very emotional for you, wasn't it?
That was mad. Oh. Yeah. Can't believe that. It's mental. The first one, I thought I can't see anything. That first door was just black.
Yeah.
The next one was like nothing, this deserted cowboy town. Yeah, and the last one was like, I thought it was going to feel nice, but it didn't. I could see them playing in the distance, but I knew I couldn't go to them. And it was horrible.
Yeah, we could see you was getting upset by it. But you needed to live that, like go through it to understand it. And I thought when you was doing that, I was thinking this is going to be something that's happening in your life at the moment.
Because this is never used to do it. My eldest was autistic, but I had to do a lot of appointments, and there's a lot of things, and I wouldn't miss any of them, and I'd always be there early. So I was going to my husband and my mum, or they might, if I'm late, they might go against me. And mum was going, what? Why would it? I said, no, it's just, I mean, I might be in a system that I don't know about. Like, it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
If I'm at the hospital, or they might look at me that they're going to take them away. And it was like an irrational fear that, like when people are what they called, not social services, when I know people have come in and taken kids away, it's like I can feel that it's the thought of it, like to me, I say I might as well cut my legs off, because that would be no good for anybody. That'd be the worst thing you could do to me.
Yeah, I might as well be dead, sort of thing.
Yeah. So now that obviously makes sense why I'm so obsessed.
Yeah. Anyone got any questions to ask Nick?
Do you feel it's resolved that for you now, or at least the beginning of resolving that for you now, that fear that you have present day?
I hope so.
You get very upset. I was getting a bit concerned for you.
Well, it's no, because I wasn't prepared for it, because I was like, oh, there's some kids over there. I was like, oh, they're my kids. Oh, I'm not allowed to see them. Why am I allowed to see them? And then it was like,
and I thought I was going to cry at one point. I was like, sort of go like this and then write something down. I thought I'm going to cry with her.
A classic example of someone going through it and not expecting it either. Like, well, we knew that Nick was upset, But let her see it, and sometimes it's good to just sit with that emotion and understand it. Do you know what I mean? And then just come through it and go, okay, I can see what's going on. I can see what happened back then. And then bringing her out, shutting that door and going, that's done with. It was out of your control, and then coming back into this life.
Mm.
We had no idea what was going on with what goes on in this life, do we? I mean, we had no idea. But from my experience, I was thinking, I bet this has something, it will have an effect, or something that you thought was going to happen in this life that might have triggered it.
Yeah.
You okay?
Yeah.
You
Very
still look a bit stressed, and
Mm.
normally you're a bubbly girl, and then
My heart's racing.
Yeah,
No.
just come back slowly. You're still there, aren't you? You're still feeling it. It'll pass.
But it's just like the way it's mad how you sort of, because you're there and you can see it, you could I know I had a cellar downstairs. I think they should beat me out and all sorts. And it was my mum and dad. They didn't want a girl, they only wanted boys. But
is
my
that
husband
why
was
they didn't
really,
like you?
because I was a girl, they didn't want females. They had no interest in females whatsoever.
And that can be from religious sides of things, can't it? And different
Yeah, I never saw the mum and dad. They looked like a normal, like I saw a picture, there's like a normal,
family, yeah.
because it wasn't that far back, if you know what I mean.
Don't know what year it was, do you? You said like Mary Poppins time, maybe the
Yeah. Yeah, so that's what the kids were sort of dressed like, but they were happy. My husband was not. I got nice feelings from him. He was a nice man. But while he was living, they were sort of letting him live in their house because I was the cleaner. Like, but it was a man, wasn't it? He was a man, and it was their grandchildren, I suppose.
But you were nothing.
Yeah, I was nothing, which was the opposite because my mum was desperate for a daughter. So none of that has been brought from her.
Yeah.
You were happy to see your husband live with them and
Yeah,
like
but I was
see
happy
the
to see
kids,
him, and
but
I
not
knew
you.
I knew it was a nice like my parents. I knew it wasn't a nice feeling. He and the children were a nice feeling. Though he was nice to me, but I knew I couldn't see them. I could only see them through watching, and it
Yeah.
felt like if I'd been caught watching them, then I would have been in trouble because every waking second I should be cleaning basically, or serving, or sorting everybody out.
And some of those beliefs are still, I mean, they're back, long, long time ago you don't know what country you were in, or do you know that you was in England or the UK?
It was very green, very like it was like apple tree on a hill.
Because also, like in a lot of other countries, a lot of Asian countries, where they don't like it when they prefer it if people have boys, preference from boys to girls, don't they? It's really, really quite common.
Yeah.
Where they have the girls, but they would much rather be given boys. I mean, I've even got Asian friends that go, oh my God, I work for an Asian guy, Indian Asian guy, and he was like, when you have boys, it's like amazing. And girls are a bit like,
In some families, they even now, but it's very rare, but they even now they kill
children, the
if
girls.
it's a girl.
Yeah, I was going to say that. It's quite common, isn't it, for them to go this?
Even today, yeah. Although the law is strict, but bribery and you get away with
all
it.
sorts.
If
Yeah.
you're well off, and then you get away with it. You pay money, and then they will shut the case. Then
It's barbaric, isn't it? But it happens in this day and age as well in other countries. I don't know if it's just Asian countries or other ones, but it's always seen that the boys are wonderful and girls are not worth having, which is crazy because as a woman, if it wasn't for us, you would be able to give birth to a boy. So you're okay, Nick?
Yeah, you know what? It's made a lot of sense. Like I was like, even when I was pregnant with my first, and my owner of the salon that I worked in was a bitch, and she was horrible to me on and off for years, and I was never very good. I've never been very good at people being like for no reason, nasty, which I think that's a flare up from that, because that's what it felt like. That I can't go against them.
Right.
I always
And
just
she might have been your mum from that previous life. She may be this lady, might be your mum.
maybe. I think it's what it feels like. It's that feeling I would have had against what I would have classed as my parents. Anybody that is, I'm not very good at confrontation and going at somebody. If there's like being attacked, I can't handle it. I just wonder if that comes from that. I am a bit OTT with the kids with things like that. With them, so that makes sense. It just feels like it's things have slotted in why I feel the way I do.
And maybe as the time goes by, you
Yeah.
will, understand, and then maybe you will release if you're holding on to like unknown fear or unreasonable fear that you might get rid of it.
Mm.
Yeah, I agree with Anoop. If it's, which is what we're coming to, is like
Yeah,
what
sometimes it takes time to process the
Yeah.
process.
conscious mind and release completely.
Yeah, it might help you in this life. I think it will.
Yeah.
You will, yeah.
Strange, isn't it?
And brave. I'm brave of Nick.
I agree. Because I would imagine in this life you've got to be pretty brave to get to go through the red tape with your son,
Mm.
autism, because there's a lot of red tape in there and a lot of fighting.
But we were very, best we and my husband, I was very, 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 very lucky with how ours went. And it was just before COVID and it was before everything like that happened. And we were just getting hit after hit after hit after hit and green lighted through. He was diagnosed by the time he was about 18 months old.
Oh
But
wow.
he isn't severe. He's like now today, he's you would never know he's autistic. He's really bright. He's doesn't all the he's the only thing is it's the grey areas. He can't do grey areas. Like in a minute, you said a minute. Now I'm ready to go. It's like, but other than that, you wouldn't have a clue. But had I not have got that diagnosis as early as I did, with all the interventions that happened, would he be as good as he is today?
He sounds mainly Asperger's on the Asperger's
Yes.
side. Yeah, same
Yeah.
as my boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I know loads of people that like. To be fair, my friend at the minute, her son he's like quite severe. I would imagine needs quite a lot of help, and he's going to need help. And she's got to wait. Everybody's got to wait. Hurry up and wait. It's just there's just a list and a list and a list, and then nobody's being seen. And I just think I don't know what happened with us, but we flew through.
Yeah.
I've never heard of anyone getting a diagnosis that young.
Yeah.
When my boy was young, they refused to diagnose anyone before they were 5.
Yep.
Refused, blatantly refused. Yeah.
But it made our life so much easier when he was, because like schooling, everything, we had it. So they instantly put things in place ready for him. So it was we had it, we were lucky, really, really, really lucky.
Well,
after your last life, I think you deserved a bit of that life.
I noticed that you said in your past life, you said in that, I'm lucky.
I said.
Yeah. She did, didn't she?
Yeah, you said something about you're lucky you're allowed to look, you're lucky you can look out the window and see them or something.
Them playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, just what that's it felt I shouldn't be allowed to do that. That's what I said. If I'd have been caught, I wouldn't have been.
You could see them, but
Finished.
also in this life, you're bringing yourself into saying, "I'm lucky we got that sorted," but it shouldn't be. In my opinion, I'm thinking, why are you thinking that's luck? It's almost like I got that you sorted it out. You went and looked at those kids playing because you wanted to, you needed to. That shouldn't have been luck, should it? But you're seeing.
Yeah, but that's why I felt lucky. Because I could see him laughing. So I felt lucky that I could see that because I knew I wasn't allowed to be. I shouldn't be doing it.
Yeah.
So therefore I could be happy for that few minutes that I was standing there. Maybe they were out. I don't know. But that's why I felt lucky that I was able at that minute to look because I'm not allowed to look.
With our children, we don't feel generally don't feel lucky when we see our kids playing or laughing. I mean, we kind of go, oh, it's really nice to see them and all the rest of it. But it seems like you're doing that in this life as well. I'm lucky that I got this done for my son.
Yeah.
Actually, you done all the work. It's not just luck, is it? It's just because you put your arse on the line and fucking got it done.
To be fair, I did. I was like a dog with a bone with it. And I said, on my thing I used to say is, they can tell me I'm wrong. That is what they can tell me. They can tell me I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. That's
Yeah.
the worst. That's the best thing.
That's
They
better.
say I'm wrong.
That's the truth. The strength is coming out. It's like I think you're undervaluing yourself, is what I'm trying to say. Because you push for that. Like, and all right, I know things are a bit harder now with people with autism or whatever. But you're like, oh, we was lucky because it all fell into place. Well, you made that happen. Don't
You pushed the domino. You pushed the first domino, and then you
got it going.
followed the path of it going. Yeah.
You're almost going, oh, it's just a bit of luck.
Yeah. My husband didn't believe me.
Eh?
My husband didn't believe me.
How do they ever?
And the same in the past life. It was almost, I'm lucky to laugh. No, you're not. That's unlucky.
Yeah.
Because it's, but you're going, but I'm lucky that I've got to see them laughing. It's not lucky that your son's got autism. I'm not saying it's unlucky, but it's like it's a fact, isn't it? And it was so like it was a fact that you couldn't go out there, but you went against it in your past life to look out the window, though knowing that you shouldn't have, and you felt lucky being able to look at them, but that shouldn't be a case. And then in this life, you're almost like, I feel lucky that I got everything sorted for him quickly, but it shouldn't be that way, should it? It should be, I need that to be diagnosed and get it sorted.
Yeah.
Well, you showed strength in looking out the window when you knew it could probably get you a beating and thrown back in the cellar, and yet you still.
And that's it. That's what Lisa just said. Strength. The strength to do it back then. You had the strength to do it this time as well. Because you could have easily have gone, oh, especially at a young age. If he was only 18 months, it would have been quite easy to go, oh well, we'll see what happens when he gets to school, or we'll see what happens.
It's like, do you know, you get like a light bulb moment with that bloody Sam. Do you remember Sam Fairs? Do you know they're one of the Towie lot. They had a diary. They used a diary of whatever they had, and I was watching TV. And her eldest son is the same age as him. They're about 2 weeks apart or something. And I was just sitting there one day, and this little kid picked up a toy phone. He was about 1 and went, hello. And I burst into tears, and I said, Ashley's autistic. They went, what the fuck? I went, he couldn't do that. I said, no, I said, I'm done. I'm out. I said, this is it. That pushed me over the edge. Another kid saying hello into a phone.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that.
Yeah, I think I think you need time to process what's happened.
Yeah.
And other things might come up. So when we've seen a client and they've expressed how they felt during their past life, and we might analyse it a bit, we might talk about it, and there'd be that ha-ha moment, like, that made me realise this, or that made me realise that. And it might be a few hours later, it might be tomorrow, and something else might come up, and they'll go like that, like you said, light bulb moment, or that ding, hang on a minute, this means this. I now know, I understand. And whether that's a metaphor, like we talked about earlier, or it was the past life that needed to come up for a reason, Nick might be able to work that out.
Yeah.
Come on, Keely, ask away.
No, I really want to be spiritual about this, right? But I'm not. I'm in my counselling head.
Okay.
Go on.
Now I want to sit and counsel Nikki, to be fair.
Okay.
What do we mean by metaphor? Because I've seen this now twice, right? So I've seen this on Nikki. I had thoughts all the way through that, and then you've expressed some of them now. And then I see it on a lady before who is an older lady, and she was scared of fire. When we went back into, or when she went, it done past life regression, it was because she was a child in Great London Great Fire, or whatever it's called. But basically, she had experienced real life. So she had thought, it's just sent the print off, sorry. So she had thought she had to fight against a fire underneath a table. But in real life, when we went back into that, which we often do in dreams, right, in counselling, she was beaten by her mum and would hide under the table. So for me, in my head, what does the metaphor stuff mean? Because I feel like now, and I really want it to be spiritual, right? But I feel like now I'm pretty much in a metaphor thing, because that's what I do in counselling, is the dreams and metaphors.
Yeah, so it's the way the brain is metaphoring it, is like a dream. It's comparing it. It's patterning it. It's a brain pattern. Does that make sense? So the fire that we understand this from yours is that the fire was the mother, right?
In my head, yeah.
Yeah.
And that she really did have to hide under a table in real life when she was a child from her mum.
Which was actually her mother.
Yeah, that's where I got to.
So the metaphor would be that in the fire, when there was a fire, she was running and she was getting out of the way of the fire. That's the metaphor, isn't it?
Okay.
Because in the metaphor, she's seen the mother is the fire.
So it's not past life then, that's just trauma in her childhood?
Could be, but that's what we're saying, is that if you're going into past life, is it a metaphor? The brain is working things out, or is it an actual past life? Well, that's what we'll never know. Or could it be a metaphor?
Okay.
The brain's working something out that's been bothering you, that might be a trauma in this life, but you've seen it as a past life. How complicated do you want to make it?
Yeah.
Sorry. But just give me, like you said, you can go down that spiritual road and go, well, yeah, it was her past life and she was that person and da 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 da. Or do you kind of look at it logically and go, well, hang on a minute, but what if it's just the way the brain has decided to express its way through a metaphor, like they do with dreams, that have gone, I'm going to work this out and show you how I've worked it out. Yeah?
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
But don't forget, it's got to be from your client. It's their beliefs. So if Nick comes back...
Because that's what I was just thinking. I didn't really want to ask that question because I was liking that Nick liked that for her thing, you know?
It's none of our business as therapists what Nick believes, because it's her belief. So if she says, I know that I was that person in my past life and da 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 da, that's fine. That's her belief. That's fine. That's great.
Okay.
If she comes up and goes, well, I don't really believe that happened, I might think that it's kind of a metaphor that's worked it out. We don't know. That's what I'm saying as a therapist. We don't know what's happened. We're surmising, aren't we? We're saying, well, we believe that it's a past life, but what if it's a metaphor and the brain is working it out?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
I'm just giving you, what I'm trying to do is say to you, like, look at things from a different perspective, from all angles. Be a little bit open. Most of these people that we see through past life regression, we're looking at more sort of spiritual ways, but what if it's a metaphor to work out something? Maybe it did happen in the past life, and maybe the brain brought it up as an answer.
Yeah, because of then that releases some of the freeze, fight, flight that Nick's been in for forever, but probably doesn't realise because she thinks she's lucky when she's done that work.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I say don't complicate things, but it can get, because we can dive down that rabbit hole, can't we? We can start saying, well, you know, this has happened for a reason. It might not be. It might be just she's gone into her past life. She's experienced who she believes she was in her past life. Great. She also has connected with that and gone, and then come out and gone straight away, oh, that makes so much sense in my life now. Depending on what your beliefs are. But you've got to really keep that ambiguous, haven't you, to your client? If your client wants to believe that she was in a past life and it's got no relevance to this life, that's fine. Or if it's relevant for this life, then that's fine as well. If it's a lesson, that's fine. There's no right or wrong, is there, when we do past life regression, because we will never really know. That all makes sense.
And how has your relationship been with your parents in this life, Nikki, if you like to?
It was my mum was really, 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 really close to. My dad, I wasn't overly. Maybe something from that. I don't know. I wouldn't have thought. I thought it was more the way he was than a past life.
The children that were in your past life, did you recognise them as anyone in this life?
No, because they were too far away. I know it was a little 5-year-old boy and it was a blondie sort of girl. Because I thought I might have been the little girl first, looking at myself, but it didn't sit right.
Yeah, because it can take a while, can't it, to understand what's going on, like you
So
said.
then I was standing in the bedroom of the person that was standing out there, and I was tidying it up. So I thought, oh, obviously it's my bedroom, and then it realised that no, that was where they slept, and it was nothing to do with me. I was just cleaning it or tidying it up.
Which was all you were good enough for then in that life.
Yeah.
Basically.
Mm.
You feel a bit drained.
Yeah, it was really sad. It was like it was like a punch in the face because I didn't really know what I was looking at, and I was like, oh, it's too little. It was like a thump.
Yeah.
It's like you suddenly remember. Do you know what I mean? It was like, oh my God, that's terrific. Mm. I've actually looked like I've been crying for how long was that for?
I think it was about half an hour, just over half an hour.
I'm gonna cry at him. My husband's gonna go, what's happened in there?
What's she done to you now?
Just say I've been married before you now.
Yeah.
It was nicer to get your act together.
No, I think that's what I did feel, that he was as nice as my husband is now. That I got that was the feeling, that it was a good thing. It was like something that you already had. It was something I knew that was familiar.
Yeah, a lot of people feel like that when they see someone in their past life. They just go, I just know that we had a lovely relationship, very loving or caring or whatever, and feel great that you had that then and you've got it again now. Okay, any technical questions about what I did, how I took her into hypnosis, what to expect, any technical problems, issues, questions?
You know, when you were walking down the corridor and you said, "Oh, there's doors," or whatever, and you said, "Are they big? Are they, they might be big, they might be whatever." Can you just sort of say along the lines? Can you be ambiguous then? Can you be ambiguous from before you've actually got them completely under?
You can be as ambiguous as you want. So it'd be like you walk down the corridor and you come to a door.
Okay, all my doors were all brightly coloured. Well, there was nothing. Then there was a bright red one, a bright blue, and that was without saying, like, this is what you suddenly just saw. Because I was trying to go, stop it, do something else, don't. So I kept trying to put myself off.
We don't want to put in too many suggestions, but sometimes we have to put in some suggestions to make sure that they're leading in the right direction.
So when you say sort of something like, so you're walking down a corridor, and can you say, what do the doors, like, there's loads of doors, what do the doors look like? Can you like say
know that?
start questioning from as you're guiding them down the corridor?
Yeah, but I use the word, as you said, maybe, there's lots of doors. Might not be.
Okay, maybe. Big word to
You're
use.
using
Okay.
the word maybe. Maybe the corridor's long. You're still putting it in as a suggestion.
Right, okay.
But
Maybe.
they might go, in their head, they might go, maybe. Well, it's not. It's short, actually. I can see the end of it.
Right, okay.
But if you kept it really ambiguous, I think the more ambiguous, the better. It's sometimes very hard for therapists to get their head around that. But you go to, you walk down the corridor and you'll see the door at the right time. When you come to that door, you can open that door if you wish to do so. If you don't, you can carry on walking until you find the next door or an opening. It could be
You know what? I feel this is probably going to sound really crazy. I'll go with it. I feel like when I'm trying to put someone under, I feel like I should tell them they're going through like a sort of space wormhole or something like that. I don't know why I feel that might work for some people, but I've got a strong pull that might work for people. Do you know what I mean?
Entirely up to you. If you feel that you want to do that, then that's up to you. But the way we keep it with hypnosis is just keeping it really simple. And even like if you look for some of the scripts where I say you come to a bridge and you walk over the bridge and you get to the other side and then you enter that new life. Or like I said with the elevator, you get into the elevator, you press the button and it takes you backwards and you go all the way back, or it takes you further down and you go deeper. If you're taking the elevator down, you're then suggesting they're going to go down deeper, 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 as in hypnosis, they're going deeper. And then as you hit a point where you're ready to stop, the elevator will stop when it's ready, when it knows.
And you say hypnosis a lot as well. You constantly reminding them it's hypnosis.
You're in hypnosis. Hypnosis, hypnosis, hypnosis. When those doors open, you could be in the elevator and you say, when the doors open, you will enter the new life. You will enter that past life, rather. Or you could say, when the doors open, you will see the corridor. When those doors open, you see the corridor. Or you might see another door. It's entirely up to you.
Mm.
You can say whatever you want. You're guiding the client at that point, aren't you?
Okay.
So it could be you walk into the door and when you walk in there, you'll find a table. Before you open the door, you're going to open the door. When you open that door, inside is going to be a table. And on that table, you're going to find a great big photo album. You're going to start looking through that photo album. And as you look through it, you start to notice that one of those pictures is you. You see that picture. You go into that picture. But I personally think that's quite complicated. Because when, like I said to you at the beginning, most people that come to you for past life regression have generally got it in their head. I mean, Nikki didn't. I've got it in their head. I think I was something of that era or that time. And some won't have any clue and they'll just find themselves in that place. Okay. I think when we say working with clients, your client is your script. If you've got someone who's like I saw a client, and this is totally off the ball, but when I saw a client the other day who's very spiritual and very into chakras and everything else, towards the end of it, I said to her, all your chakras are going to line up and you're going to feel wonderful. Words to that effect. But if I'd said that to someone that doesn't know what a chakra is, I wouldn't say that.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean? So it's who, knowing your client and speaking to them and finding out what, whatever their beliefs are. Like if I said that to one of my sons that are in like grown up sons, and I said to them, the chakras are all out. I mean, they just go to me, Mum, stop being a witch. Or they actually,
I get that. That's fine.
Yeah, exactly. They just go, oh, fuck off, Mum, stop being a witch. That's fine. I'd expect it. It's when they say to me, oh, yes, I know, Mum. I'd be like, what? I'd get all scared then. But if my friend said it, who's very spiritual, I'd be like, oh, yeah, that's right. Do you see what I mean? Yeah. It's who you're working with. And if you want to take them. I mean, I've done past life regression. I've gone to, like, you're going to go up into the stars, and you're floating around the stars, and then you find that star and you walk through there, and as you walk through, you enter a previous life. You could do it that way. It doesn't really matter. It's
So just obviously, like, well, I think you just nailed it when you said your client is your script. So obviously in that pre-talk, you have a little chat and you work out whether they're
you'll know.
Star Trekkers or
Yeah, exactly.
I do.
We all know that, don't we? We work with people like when we talk about working with clients. I can work with a smoker that's a proper geezer that goes down the pub and, you know, smokes fags and drinks beer, or I can have the little old lady who's prim and proper, you know, and, you know, if I swore at her, I'll swore, she'd be like, oh, outrageous language. Whereas if I'm talking to the builder who's drinking a pint and smoking a fag, and I say to him, "Oh, fuck off," he's going to be like, "Oh, okay." Whereas I say that to the little old lady, she's going to be, "Oh, excuse me." I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't speak to her like that. The same as if it was someone spiritual and we're talking about spiritual things, but I wouldn't say it to someone like my son who would just go, "Yeah, you're just a witch." It is your client is your script.
Yeah.
If she comes to you or he comes to you and says, I want to experience past life regression because I've got this fear of drowning. And I think, I mean, most people, you go like, is it from this life, first of all? Or is something happened to you in this life? And they go, no, I've never been in that situation. I feel that it comes from my past life. Okay, we can explore that. We're then going to take them back. The chances are they're going to find somewhere where they was in water and they drowned for whatever reason, if they've come to you for that reason. Or they could come like, yes, with no reason and just gone, where the hell did that come from?
So the idea, because Nick didn't know what she wanted or have any thought about it prior, but has found some sort of relief, hope, or understanding of why she feels like she is in the here and now. So if somebody's coming to you for past life regression, say for the drowning thing, and they find out, the idea is when they come back round, they understand why now, and they can live their life.
And quite often that will release the phobia. It'll be enough to release it and go, oh, that makes sense. It's that ha-ha moment. Oh, right, okay. I understand now. That makes sense. And sometimes when you're talking it through afterwards, something might come up and you'll be like, God, yeah, that makes sense. So but it is back to what your client comes up with. And if they've got no idea what's going to happen in their past life, but like drowning, and they might go back and find that they're drowned, and then they go like, they might say, oh God, now I realise why I don't feel very comfortable when I go swimming. Like, I've got a client that come here, put it on video actually, and in her past life, she was with her family and they was in a canoe or some sort of canoe, and it capsized. And she said, I can't get to land, and I can taste salt water. All I can taste is salt water. I'm going to drown here. But in this life, she loves swimming. She goes swimming all the time, but she will not get in the sea. It's something that she believes from her past life bothered her when she drowned and she could taste the salt water. Now, if you want to see that as a metaphor, that's fine. But if you don't, or if you want to see it as like, well, a past that happened and now it's worked out, the metaphor has worked out why she feels the way she has. So you're talking to your client and finding out beforehand, no one comes to you and just go, I just want to experience. It's very rare that they're going to come in and pay for it. They normally come for a reason to get over something or to experience it so they get some answers. as to why they are the person they are today, or why they're behaving the way that they are today. Yeah. Okay, so what I'm going to do, because time is ticking by quickly, I'm going.
Max,
Yeah,
I've got a question here.
go on.
Excuse me. You know, when you took Nick to a past life, now the experience wasn't good and the parents were not nice. Before you brought her around with this life, would you ask or even suggest or tell her to forgive her parents, to kind of close that chapter? Although you said yes, leave everything there, but would you suggest to forgive them?
No. If she once she closes that door, that's over, that's finished with. However, if she'd come to me and as a client at the beginning and said, I've really got a lot of issues with my parents, I think it's something that happened in my past life, then I might explore it a little bit further. You might ask them, you could say to them, do you feel the need to say sorry to that person? Do you feel need to forgive those people? But really, you're closing that door and you're saying goodbye to it and it's over with. It could be enough. I think you're delving, overthinking it, if you like.
Okay.
But having said that, if they wanted it in the beginning, if they said, I feel like something happened to me in my past life that's affected me in this, then I might explore it a little bit more. It's all back to your client, what you think they want from it, what they want, what they expect to gain from going back to their past life. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks.
Right. So next, I'm going to pop you into rooms because Nikki is probably a bit drained, and not drained, but you've already been hypnotized. I know that Anoop has already done this course, so he's pretty advanced. So if I'm going to get Nick to work with Anoop, if that's okay with you. And I know that Anoop has done past life regression, so it should be quite straightforward and it won't be too heavy for Nikki. Then Keely and Lisa are going to work together. So, but today I'd really like, as Keely has more experience than Lisa at this point, Keely, I want you to hypnotize Lisa to get the experience so she can understand more. Because then tomorrow night we'll swap. Yeah.
So Nick is hypnotizing me today.
Nikki's going to hypnotize Anoop. Yeah, you're all right with that, Nick?
I don't know how hot I'll be today. I feel very tired.
It's all right. Well, you know that Anoop, he will go into hypnosis with no problem.
Yeah.
And it'll be an easy, it'll be the easiest one for you to work with. And I think because Anoop has experience, and I'd really like Keely, as I know Keely can work with Lisa, and it'll give Lisa a chance to experience. And I know that Lisa's had past life regression before, haven't you? So, but it's more what I want you to get from this is how to take someone into hypnosis, your pre-talk, your induction, your deepener, taking her through, bringing her back out safely so she fully understands exactly what's gone on. Yeah.
Right, let me try and move the dogs and get them into another
Cool.
room because
Please,
otherwise.
everyone get ready and I'll start putting you into breakout rooms.
Okay, and I'll have to message my son and tell him not to walk in. So I'll just prepping.
All right, no problem. Give yourself, everyone get a few minutes just to get where you want to be.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, Right, I'm just going to... So everyone knows what they're doing, yeah?
Yep.
I've just got the screen up in front of me, so I can't see everyone at the moment. And pop you in the rooms. You've got half an hour, or till 9 o'clock. It's 24 minutes past 8 now. You're going to go into your rooms and you're just going to have a little play. Take them into the past life. Experience it. Bring them back out again. I don't know if Lisa can hear me, but Lisa, I'm going to pop you into the rooms and I'm going to open the rooms up now. Once I finish you, you'll have 1 minute to come back. It'll bring you back. So you'll get a notification. You can start to bring your client back, your partner back. So I'll be popping in and out. So oh.
No, what's happened? I couldn't be here.
What?
I shouldn't be here. I don't know how this happened.
Well, why aren't you there?
Send me back.
What?
I don't know what I do. I click something and I get either shut out or
Not join. It just says Nikki not joined. Try joining again.
I did join. I did join. Then I was trying to get rid of a box and I clicked an X and it's chucked me out.
Hold on a sec. Bear with me.
Poor Anoop, we're wondering where I've gone.
He's probably thinking, where the bloody hell's she gone? Hang on a sec. Let's get you. Oh, how did I get you back in there? Right. Lisa and Kaylee are doing their thing. Anoop's probably thinking, what the hell's gone on? If I join it, I can't do that, can I? Room 1.
Oh, he's messaging the group now. He's one on my own.
Just message him. Just say I'm trying to work it out.
I've lost Nikki.
Oh, hold on. Move to. Oh, do I need to go to room 2? It's not letting me do it. How do I close that one? Hold on. Keep going.
Right. Ever so sorry for missing
Right,
it out. I'm going to have a quick wee while you're doing. I'm so sorry.
That's all right. That's all right. Let me just check with. Let me just join. I might not be here in a minute. Hello, Anoop. Sorry, it's me. We're just having some technical problems getting her back in
Okay.
quickly.
All right. No worries.
I haven't not forgotten you, obviously, but I'm going to try and get her to go back in. So I'll be back. She's just nipped to the loose. I'm just going to check with her to try and get her to go back and come back into this room.
Okay.
Right. Breakout room. Sorry.
No. No.
I'm going to put you in the waiting room, which takes you out,
Okay.
and then you can request to come back in. I don't think that'll make a difference, actually. Forget that. Breakout rooms. Nikki not joined. Why? Does it say it on yours? Can you do
It
anything?
doesn't say anything. There's I can come out of everything. Is that going to be better, the same, or worse?
Try that. Let me take. No, don't do that. Hold on a sec. So then we'll close the other rooms because I don't want to disturb the other girls. Oh, I know where I saw it. Here we go. So let's do this. Now record and make a host pin. I'm going to put you in the waiting room, and then you should get a thing to say you want to get back in. Right. Admit. Right, you're back. Good. Let's see if I can get you. It's still not coming up. I've taken the new part, I think.
Oh. Hang on. You've been assigned to breakout room 1. Join breakout room.
Join it.
Try that.
Yep. I've got a dupe back now.
Oh, that was me. Sorry. I don't know what I did. I have no idea.
No, Anoop. Right, so you're both back. So what I'm going to do is put you both into. Not let me do that either. I'll tell you what.
And at the bottom it says breakout room. I can go back. Join breakout room number 1.
Do that. Can you
Was
do
we in breakout room 1?
Yeah, breakout room 1. You don't want room 2 because I can't put you in. What have you got, Anoop?
How would I do? Where would I?
At the bottom, it says more breakout rooms apps. If you go on breakout rooms and click it, it will come up join breakout room.
Join breakout. Okay.
Yeah.
Click on that. You should be
Is it
right? I'm going to click
yeah?
it. I don't know where I'm going to go.
Soon find out. Ta-da! Oh my God. Right. So everyone's gone into their rooms. Nikki is with Anoop. Keely is with Lisa. I'm going to go into the breakout room to find out what's going on. If I can. Oh.
I want you to just imagine you're on a pathway, a beautiful countryside. And as you travel down those pathway, you're going to see lots of different gates. I want you to walk until you get to the gate for your past life that you want to walk through. You might get to the first one and not like it, so just go to the one that you're comfortable with and that you want to go through to access your past life. I just want you to give me a nod when you're there. Give me a nod when you're at the gate that you want to go through for your past life.
I can't get to the gates.
Okay. Just as you walk down the pathway, just want you to become deeper and deeper into your hypnosis. With every step, becoming deeper and deeper and deeper, going into your hypnosis now. And keep walking down this pathway. Beautiful countryside all around you. Noticing the gates. And stopping at the gate that you want to go through. And let me know if there's a gate that you want to open. You're struggling to get to the gate?
All I've got is swirly lights and I'm finding it hard to breathe.
Take a nice deep breath in through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Knowing that you're safe and protected.
Mm-mm.
You don't feel safe?
Mm-mm. No.
Max?
Pardon?
Lisa, you don't feel safe where you are?
Mm-mm.
Do you want to come out of that one and go to another one?
No.
Or do you want to explore further?
I don't want to do that. No. No.
Okay. Just take a breath in when you're ready.
I couldn't even get to my path, the path from the gates. It was just swirling colours, and I felt like I couldn't breathe. I felt like there was weight on my chest, and I just couldn't get to anything.
Okay.
I'm really angry about it now.
Why?
Not angry with you, Kaylee. Sorry, darling. Not angry with you, darling.
No, but don't be angry like with yourself either. Just calm. Don't worry.
Do you know?
All I saw was swirling colours. That was it. Kaylee done everything right. I'm well aware she'd done everything right from the little I've learned already. And I was trying to get to and I said I'm no good with corridors. So we tried to get to the path. I suggested what would work for me. And my head just wouldn't even let me see the path. It wouldn't let me see the path. It wouldn't let me see the gates. It wouldn't let me see anything. It just continues swirling colours. That's all I got. And I was trying to find my path and find the path, because I know that's normally what works for me. Normally when I want to chill out, I imagine myself walking along a country path. So that's, do you know what I mean? So that should work.
Related to what you would normally do.
Yeah.
Okay. No idea why you felt scared?
Didn't feel scared.
Oh,
I
sorry,
just,
I thought you did.
sorry, not, I just didn't want, I don't know, maybe it was fear. Yeah, I did feel, yeah, I felt unsafe.
Unsafe.
I didn't feel safe. I didn't feel safe.
So, you know why you felt unsafe?
I don't like where I live. Not happy here.
Okay. You look quite distressed.
I hate living here. I like the house. I just don't like the location. And we're trying to move back to what we consider home. This doesn't feel like home. So I'm not unsafe here. I'm physically not unsafe here. It's the quietest, least troubled place I've ever lived in my life. But maybe that's why I feel unsafe, because it's too safe. Yeah. Sorry.
No, don't be sorry. These things happen because you've had past life, you've experienced past life. So
yeah,
it should be a straightforward process.
Yeah.
But something's there, isn't it, that's blocking you, that's stopping you from wanting to go back there.
I think it's just because I don't want to be here in this town where we live now, and I just want to go home. I think the stress of that is so paramount at the moment that I can't take my eye off it, maybe.
Yeah.
I get tissue, sorry.
No, go on. Don't be sorry.
Oh, sorry, Kaylee.
It's fine.
Sorry, Dan.
It's all right.
It's fine.
Sorry. These things happen. And
Do you think that breathlessness was the anxiety coming up from what you're going through at the minute?
Yeah, just an anxiety. Yeah. I can't let go at the moment. I just can't let go.
In like the freeze, fight, flight, so it's scary to
Yeah.
let go.
Yeah.
I understand.
So at the moment, you feel uncomfortable, would be the right word, maybe? Uncomfortable in your home.
In the actual house, I'm fine. I just don't like the area we're in. It doesn't work for me or my son. And it's very important for me and him that we get back to the town we were in before.
Okay.
And I'm just tunneled on that at the moment. There's nothing I can do to change that.
Okay. But, so just take a deep breath in for me. And just, let's see if we can just explore that, shall we?
How do you mean?
Change the way that you feel about where you're living at the moment.
Am I right inside the house? I feel
I don't mean inside the house, I mean outside.
I know I feel safe in the streets. It's I cannot deviate from the path that I'm on at the moment, which is getting us out of here. That's the thing I cannot let go of at the moment. So I can't come away from that, take my mind away from that or anything, because it's imperative. Does that make sense?
So you felt anxious before you went into hypnosis, or as soon as you went into hypnosis, you started to feel anxious?
Yeah.
When you went into hypnosis.
As soon as I went into it, I was like, I can't go. I cannot go.
You used to, I don't know if I'm right in this, but you're a spiritual person that you help it, you do tarot reading and stuff like that, don't you? So you're used to meditating, I would imagine. So you're used to going into that meditative state, and you don't feel comfortable with it at the moment.
I switch myself into it when I need to go into to do my readings, or when I need to meditate to do my readings. I flip a switch.
Yeah.
But then I'm controlling that switch.
Okay. All right.
I think it's something maybe to do with that.
So you don't like it when someone else is guiding you into that?
At the moment, no. Normally I'm fine. I've had guided meditations before. Normally I'm fine, but I think at the moment it's not something I can do.
Because it's lack of control.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Everything has to be controlled at the moment. Yeah, definitely.
Because it's one of the few things that you have control over.
It's the only thing I've got control over at the moment.
Right. So being out of control, where's that feeling at the moment when you think about being out of control? Where does that live in your body?
Yeah.
What colour is it there?
Swells.
Should we take some of those swells out?
I think we can. I don't know if we can.
That's what we do. It's called kinetic shift. Take a breath in. Sit up for me. We can see. So I want you to imagine those swells that are in there at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Take a breath in. Back out. Can I take those swells? Why not? You don't want me to take them.
I need them at the moment. They're the energy to do what I need to do.
Coping mechanism.
Maybe, yeah.
What's their purpose?
To fuel me to do what needs to be done.
Okay. And you know what needs to be done.
Yeah, but unfortunately I have to rely on a lot of other people who are pretty crap
Okay.
and flaky.
Okay. And how does that make you feel?
Angry most of the time, but then I just try and use that to fuel me to keep me going.
Yeah.
Otherwise I'd give up, and we can't give up.
No, that's not an alternative.
No.
Because you're stronger than that.
Yeah. I'm aware of that. Yeah.
Of course you are.
Yeah.
I need to tell you.
Yeah.
But there's something there, isn't there, that's stopping you, obviously, from going into your past life because of you want to keep control. Have I got that right?
I don't want to go under right now.
Yeah.
I don't want to go under right now. It really is nothing personal to you, Kaylee. Really
don't take it personally. It's cool. I understand.
Sorry, nothing at all.
No, we've never taken it personally.
Yeah.
So, okay. It's getting like time's getting on now, and I think you seem still a bit upset.
I get angry because I'm aware how much it's affecting me, but I'm aware I can't let it go either at the moment.
Okay.
I have very little trust. Nothing personal to anyone, but I have very little trust from everything I've seen over the last year.
Worried about if because I said to you, you can let go of some of the red flags, yeah. But are you worried about what comes up now, like in the past life, that would affect you in the here and now when you can't really be affected now?
No, I'm well aware my past lives can only touch me if I allow them to. I'm cool with my past lives. I'm aware of some of them already. Do you know what I mean? Even like just by meditating and looking myself, I'm aware of some of my past lives. One I had with the hypnotist, there was nothing from that life that has been brought into this one. Apart from maybe the chest, because I was a man in the last one and I'm not the biggest girl nowadays. So, apart from that, maybe. But yeah, no. No, I'm not afraid of my past life. I'm just, I think it's just fear and anger of letting go of the reins at the moment. That's all it is.
Look at the fear and fear and anger. It often opens up like secondary emotions to like vulnerable and powerless.
Yeah, I don't do vulnerable.
And if you let go of the fear and anger, then you've got to be vulnerable and powerless, and you can't cope with that. So
I've never done vulnerable.
It's serving you right now.
Yeah.
But it's not healthy for your chest.
No, I agree, but that will ease. But yeah, vulnerable. Every therapist I've ever seen, whether it be a hypnotherapist, whether it be a psychotherapist, whatever, they've all said, you need to learn to do vulnerable. And I'm like, yeah, I don't do that. And they've given me all the exercises and we've tried it and I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing that. So yeah, it's just.
Actually, though, you said you do tarot and everything. Do you sage? Do you close down your chakras? Do you protect yourself with a ring of protection or anything like that?
Yeah, I do all that. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. So again, with a flick of the switch, and I sell all the sage and everything. So.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously at the moment we can't work with you because you're not in the right place to do so. I don't want you to start hypnotizing someone now. So, but tomorrow we will.
Okay.
Tomorrow night. So what I want you to do is tonight, just let things process. And also look through your notes and think about how you're going to hypnotize someone tomorrow.
Okay.
Do you want to be exempt from going back to your past life tomorrow? Do you want to see how you feel?
Let's see how I feel tomorrow, if that's all right.
That could change.
Yeah, a lot can change in a night.
Yeah, exactly. So I think because I think it's just too much now if we start getting you to try and focus and hypnotising anyone. Is there anything that you've got any questions about what we've done and what we've covered? Any confusion anywhere?
No, I think you've made it quite clear. I've been jotting down notes and things, and the one that has stuck is let your client be your script. That feels like almost like a mantra. Do you know what I mean? Like, because when I read for people, obviously I pick up on their energies and stuff like that. So I'll probably incorporate that part of what I do into it in the
You
hope.
don't have any problems with it. It's just because you're already there.
Mm. Okay.
And you're not going to be like a hypnotist that's getting rid of like what we do with the smoking or whatever we end up doing, but it'll be enough to get them into hypnosis and guide them back down into their past life, whichever way that you wish to do so.
Yeah.
And looking at those scripts. So I think what might be a good idea is see how you feel tomorrow, like during the day. And if you want to have a chat with me tomorrow, then message me, phone me,
Okay.
and we'll have a chat and we'll go through some stuff. If you want to go through stuff, that's absolutely fine. If you want some help with what you're going through, then obviously that's what we do. So if that feels like you want to change some of that stuff, we do that for a living. Well, that's what we do for a living. So if you feel that you want to do that, well, just give me a call. Give me a call tomorrow. Let me know how you're feeling, or drop me a text or whatever.
Okay.
Jump on tomorrow night and we'll get you to go through the process of hypnotising someone else.
Okay.
And then see how you feel. And then if you feel like you can be hypnotised or you feel like you're ready to go back to your past life, then we can do that tomorrow.
Okay.
By ear, you're totally in control. You can do what you like. I just don't want you to be disappointed. But the good thing is when you do this past life regression course, anyone that does past life regression course with me are always invited to come back on the next one if you want to. Like Anoop's already done past life regression course with me. I think Danielle's meeting us tomorrow. I think one of the other students, I think she might be jumping on tomorrow. So sometimes other students pop in and they just to practice just for fun or whatever. So you'll be welcome to come back on another course, and you might be in a different place by then. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You might feel more confident in being hypnotised yourself. And I'm sure out of the students that we've got tonight, I'm sure there'll be like, if you wanted to do it in a few days' time or something, you'll be able to do that. We'll just see what happens.
Okay.
But I don't want you to be like thinking, oh, that's it, I can't do it.
Because we were laughing because me little dog legged it under the sofa and I had to literally crawl under the sofa to get him out. And I said to Keely, I said, oh, thank God you couldn't see me a couple of minutes ago. I said, all you've seen was me arse in the air. I said, because I was like, do you know what I mean? So I was fine. But the second, again, it was nothing Keely done. Do you know what I mean? The second I went to go down and under, I was like, no, you're not going. And I was really trying to go. Do you know what I mean? And my body was like, no. It just my whole body just started to tense up and was like, no, I reject this. I just reject this. So yeah, I'm surprised as you are, to be fair. Do you know what I mean? I was
yourself up though, because you're obviously going through some stuff like personally at the minute. So don't be beating yourself up about this. This like it's fine. Like Maxine said, you'll jump on another one whenever you're ready and in a better place. There's no point beating yourself up and being critical to yourself when you're already going through some shit anyway, So go and do a bit of self-love, cup of tea and a bit of cake or whatever that means to you, a bit of self-care afterwards. That's what's needed. Please don't beat yourself up about this. It's really, with all due respect, Max, you know where I'm coming from, but it's nothing in comparison to what you're dealing with, is it? So,
yeah. Okay.
Don't beat yourself up.
If you need help, we're here.
Thank you.
If you don't, come jump on tomorrow night and hypnotise someone, and then we'll chat and we'll see how you feel when we finish. And if you need me tomorrow, we'll just message me and we'll jump on a call. So I was just trying to think what I've got an appointment at 3:00, but other than that, just let me know. Or we've got to bring back in the room in less than 5 minutes. So
can I go smash my face then? Is that right?
Yeah, go and do that. Go and get yourself a bit straight.
Okay.
I'll just have a chat with Keely and then we'll bring the others back into the main room. Or we'll go back into the main room, I should say.
Okay.
Forgot
All
that
right,
in the main room.
I'll mute me while because the dogs will come flying back in. You don't want to hear that. Okay. Thank you, ladies.
No, that's all right. You're good. Go and get stuff straight. You right, Keely?
Yeah.
Wasn't expecting that, was you?
And I was well conscious, but I was like,
I was like, I wasn't expecting that either. So these things happen, right?
yeah.
And what do you do?
Yes, it was good though. It's actually good. For me, well, it's not good for poor Lisa, but it's good for me that you was looking in then because I'd have been like, what the fuck?
Oh, you would have
Otherwise,
sorted that out though, Keely. If I wasn't here, you would have just gone, let's
I
bring
would have just
out there.
manned up and got with it. Yeah, definitely.
Would have
But where
done.
you was there, I was like,
Okay, because you would have gone
let's not do this.
professional. You would have gone into professional mode, and you would have gone, okay, let's come back. You would have gone out of like worrying and all the rest of it, and you would have dealt with it. I don't have any shadow of doubt about that. It was just that I just happened to be here. So, and I wasn't expecting it because I know that Lisa does meditation, and I know that she does spiritual stuff, and I know that she'd done past life regression. So it should have been a piece of piss.
Yeah.
It should have been like a walk in the park.
Yeah.
She's
Bless her, she's just holding a lot of stuff, isn't she? Like
really
emotional detox, bless her.
Yeah. So that's what's happened, and it's one of those things. But if she was your client, you would have dealt with it, and you would have gone. You need an emotional detox. You need to shift those shift that swells out. Really, the hypnosis isn't necessary, but she's not even ready to let that go. That's really rare as well, as we know.
Because obviously with the hypnosis, you've been saying we have to ask, can we get rid of something? Because something's a purpose. And so Lisa's just shown that is the case, like reinforced that I've got to ask all the time.
I had it, well, obviously just then. I've had it one other time when I had a client who had OCD, and I said, do you want to get rid of that feeling? She said, no. I was like, okay, and I backed off.
Yeah.
It's not our place to take it, is it? That's all
right.
Go.
Yeah, that's it, because it's obviously serving her at this minute, and it's keeping her strong in a time where she needs to be. So yeah.
And we have to accept that, don't we? So it's like
yeah, definitely. Yeah, no, that was all right.
That's all right. You'll have time to practice on someone else.
Yeah, it's all right.
It's something that you want to do, though, isn't it? It's past life regression.
Yeah, I wanted to do it because I thought I'd find it really easy because of the spiritual side of things. And I thought, fine, it's a doddle. But all it's done is make me question it through counselling stuff tonight. I'm really like in the two minds, more so for the counselling. And actually, I'm thinking, this is good for the counselling, actually. So, yeah.
I know, because I think, like, it can be such a rabbit hole, can't it, with past life regression?
Yeah.
You can really go deep into it as to why, and asking all of those questions. And if someone dies during past life regression, do you bring them out, or do you let them carry on, or what do you do? What's the right thing to do? But it is thinking on your feet. Back to, sorry, but it's not textbook. And it is thinking on your feet and going, okay, let's deal with this.
Yeah.
And some people want to experience in between lives, which is what I'm going to talk about in a minute. But wasn't expecting. I was expecting you to get something from Lisa, to be honest. And I know that Lisa was thinking the same. That she
should think I bless her.
Yeah,
but it's all right, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I wasn't being disrespectful saying like it's just when I'm saying like it's just a course. That's what I mean. Is though for her, she's in a
at all. No, I meant the same. I mean, it's just a course. It's just today and tomorrow. It's fine, because if I'll either work with Lisa on my own and make sure that she's clear, and I'll do a one-to-one to make sure that she's happy. But she's always welcome, like any student, to come on the next course which probably won't be next year now, but I don't want her to wait. But if not, she can always work with one of you guys and go, look, can we work together when the time is right? If it's not right this week or tomorrow, that's fine. It's just a short course.
She's here, isn't it? It's good. She would have got stuff from tonight anyway, though.
Yeah, as long as she's learnt something, and that when we do pull people out, I'm checking on the times. When we do tomorrow night, she might be okay, and if she's not, that's fine. And if she learns from it, that's great. And if we need to redo stuff, we'll do it. It's not like, you know what I'm like. I'm like, if it's not working tonight, we'll get it to work another time.
Yeah.
Isn't that?
So you're laid back and supportive, so that's all good. Yeah. You're back, Lisa.
Yeah, sorry, ladies.
No, don't be sorry. Please.
Sorry.
I really did. I weren't expecting that either. I can guarantee you. I was like, yeah, I'm going to chill out. We're going to have a look. I might be a different one.
We were just saying the same, Lisa. I was like,
so I just told everyone we're all going to go back into the main bit now.
Okay. Should I click leave break room? Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. Okay. Yeah.
All right. No worries.
I don't know what happens with me. I think I naturally go back. I'm back in the room. Why am I not going back? Leave breakout room.
Weirdest thing ever. Weird.
Don't worry.
I'm sitting there thinking, why aren't I going out? I'm forgetting that I'm in a breakout room with you guys and I still have to come out of the breakout room. I thought it just automatically took me back out. It didn't.
Oh, there they come. Yeah.
Hello. All right?
Yeah.
How did you guys get on?
Yeah, guess what we were just saying? Anoop couldn't get much. I was going in and out of every room. I was going down every fucking corridor, going, get back in the lift. We're going to get up again. Fuck's sake, right. Come on, I'm going to go upstairs, going out now, going over a bridge, nothing. That's what I was saying. If you'd have done it, maybe it was the way I was doing it, wasn't enough for him to go in. Because we didn't
Yeah, but I think you exploring all the possible, well, not all, but various different ways yet. But I don't know. It didn't feel. Sometimes it was very shady, not clear, and it was coming and going, and even the hotel corridor. It was very, very clear. I could see the carpet. I could see all the doors, and then would disappear, and then very odd doors here and there.
Because we did go into one room, didn't you, first? But there was like nothing. That first room you went in, there was just like you said, there was some.
It was a very tiny little like staircase, and then on the right and straight ahead it was bright. The light was there, white walls. On the left there were like shutter types, but couldn't be open from where I was.
I didn't know if I should have been asking more questions in that. I felt like I asked a lot, and I felt by the end he said
there was not much. Yeah, there was not much that I could tell you.
I don't know what else to ask him.
Yeah, there was nothing there I could tell you that. All I could see is a meter and a half deep basement, say, or so in some of the buildings you have those control the meters or things like that. Although there was no meter or so, but it felt like that's kind of very maybe a meter and a half wide, roughly about meter. Lengthwise, maybe about 3 meters from where I was standing at the top of the stairs. That's all I could see, nothing else.
Okay. So all in all, It's not been a great night.
How did Chile and Lisa do?
We had some. Lisa had some. Um,
Yeah, no, it's okay. Spill it.
so we didn't go in. So there was a bit of a block there, which is quite unusual.
Okay.
And Lisa's used to going in and out of meditation, working, but for some reason you just couldn't
No,
work it.
yeah, it just
There's something there that's a bit like I don't want to be in that position.
And same felt with me. I mean, it felt like I don't have a purpose or a reason to be. I mean, the second time when Nick said, okay, there's a bridge, and first I couldn't see the bridge, and then there was a bridge like in a park. The railings were made of metal, but the ground was like grassy, and then the other side of it, it felt like the parks I visit in my real life now, because I go to park almost every day, wherever my class is. And like today, I was in Ivor, and then I went to Ivor. There's a Langley Park, beautiful park, very very beautiful park. So I went there today, and I normally go there on Sunday after my class. So it felt like that, crossing the bridge over the bridge the other side, and sometimes the people I could see the familiar faces, but not that I know them personally, but I, see them in the park.
Recognize them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so I'm going to call it a night. Nikki seems like you're a bit more with it now, so that's good. What we'll do is we're back on tomorrow at 6 o'clock, and tomorrow we'll be practicing going through any questions or anything that you're not sure about. So if you've got any, suddenly think, oh, we should have gone through this or that or whatever happened, anything that you want to talk about tomorrow night that you're not sure about. Nikki, other things might come up tonight. That's okay. See how you feel. Hopefully you'll feel fine tomorrow. Might just feel a bit tired.
I've got a class in the evening. Normally I finish 2:45, 6-ish.
Okay.
If I did finish, I might be 5, 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes late, but hopefully not late, not more than that.
Well, if it's anything like tonight where I couldn't get online and was arsing about,
you'll be fine.
you'll be fine. You'll turn up and I won't be here. So tomorrow at 6 o'clock, we'll jump on slightly later time than today. I did that because I've been a Monday, people that work, and I know that everyone doesn't work set times or whatever, but I thought it would be easy to jump on at 6, and then we'll do some practicing tomorrow. We'll go through what we've done, what we've covered, any questions and so on, and then we'll do some more practicing, because obviously that's where we gain confidence, is when we're practicing troubleshooting and looking at sort of business side of stuff. And I know we covered a lot, some of that at the beginning, I should say. And then we'll have a look at where you're going with this, what you want to achieve from it as well, and other strange requests that you might get. But we'll go through all of that tomorrow at 6, starting at 6.
A quick question now, if I may.
Of course.
Once you say you've given somebody your business card or exchange number, when and how do you contact them? How soon or how late do you contact them? I mean, this was not my own class. I was covering someone else's classes, and I announced that when I introduced myself, my name, and I said, this is what I do for a living. So yoga, Pilates, hypnotherapy, and past life regression.
Yeah.
And the lady in the front row, she said, could I have your business card after the class? I said, yes. I didn't have any in my bag at that time. I said, I did have in the car, and it was pouring down. It was like 8 o'clock in the evening. Yeah. I said, do you want to exchange numbers? She said, yes. And that was on Thursday. So should I have already messaged her
Oh
or
yeah, I would have messaged the next day.
the
That's
next day?
me because I'm impatient and I'm a bit like I would probably message her before she got back in her car or got out the building. But it is about, I think, yeah, like just say, I'll just send you a polite message. Thank you for taking my details. You know, what is it I can help you with? I would have messaged quite. I am a bit like that because that's me. I'm quite impatient. But that, you
So
know,
would I write what is it that I can help you with, or when is a good
yeah.
time to chat, or
Or yeah, or either say to her, if do you want to book in for a chat? I find talking over the phone much better because you tend to um, it's much nicer to just have a chat because you can
and
really get
to
a lot.
get to know what they're looking for, what they want? Yeah.
You know what it's like when people send text, they can say one thing but mean something else, right? If you get that, or you're not really sure what that text means.
So
So
if I just text that, when
voice
can we
note,
have a chat?
yeah. When's the best time for me to give you a call?
Yeah.
Or when's the best time for me to give you a call? Or do you know what you want help with? Do you want to discuss that?
Okay.
I would do it, yeah, I would do it sooner rather than later.
And to do it online, the actual session?
Yeah, do it online, like we do here, or we can see it in person. It's entirely up to you guys.
In person, do we go to client's house as well?
I
Do we?
used to, before I got my office, I used to go to clients' houses and do hypnosis.
Because I don't have a studio or an office. I go
It's
to
have some
people's,
public
I go
liability
to
though.
leisure centers and,
Mm.
sorry,
Would you say,
It's
Keely?
have some public liability insurance if you go into houses though. It's only about £5 a month.
But don't you have a studio that you work from for your
me, no.
for yoga?
I
No,
do either I do either online or I go to
yeah, you do
people's,
it.
I
Yeah,
visit clients' home. Yeah, I do the home visit.
it's the same. Yeah, but
Okay.
you probably got have you got public liability with yoga?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
oh,
have added the hypnotherapy as well with
oh,
that.
so you're fine. Yeah,
When I was renewing it, yeah, I did add that as well. For that added.
yeah, it's fine then. Yeah, just go to their house. That's what I used to do. Turn up at their house, do what I had to do, get out. That sounded awful, didn't it? Go to their house. But then I eventually I was driving here, there, and everywhere, and I couldn't carry on doing that. And that's when I got the office. And then I see clients. The clients that I see, I've seen in New York, Australia, New Zealand, France, God knows where, Scotland, all sorts of places all over the world. So that obviously is going to be on Zoom.
And you get the client through social media, like when you say Australia, New Zealand, or France.
The one, the one in New York. She found me on Instagram and she just messaged me and said, I'd like to have hypnosis with you for sugar addiction. Oh no, for fear of flying. And I said, okay, this is my price. I thought, why you live in New York? Why do you want to see me? Like, what would be the point? Just get someone in your own town. And
Oh,
then she sent me
yeah.
a message saying, by the way, I've paid you by PayPal. I was like, oh, okay. So can I book in now? I was like, okay. And some Americans are like that. They'll pay up front and they don't care how much and they'll go, right, I've paid, can I book in? Whereas the British are a bit like, oh, do I pay anything? Do I pay anything now? What? So it is what it is.
I take a booking fee, a non-refundable booking fee, especially if I'm going to theirs as well. Do you know what I mean? And you sometimes you can turn up and oh, I forgot, and I've got the kids, so I'm going in now. Or yeah, so I always, even for online, I take I mean, each to their own, but yeah, I just take a £5 non-refundable booking fee, and then when they actually have their appointment, that £5 is taken off the total.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either way that you do it,
Yeah.
it's making sure that, you booked them in and they're aware of it. And when they've got to pay, whether that's 24 hours before or a booking fee or a deposit or whatever way you want to do it. It's just getting yourself into that routine. That's important, isn't it? And be consistent with it. If that makes sense. Be consistent with what you do.
Sorry, what did you mean? I didn't.
So if you're being consistent, so say for example, someone says, I want to book in for smoking, you'll go, right, well, I'm going to book you in for Friday. And they go, right, yeah, Friday at 9 o'clock. You go, right. Then you said, I will send you a text. The text will say on there, this is to confirm that you're booked in for Friday at 9 o'clock on the 9th of November or whatever it is. It's going to cost X amount. This is, I'm coming to you. I need your address. When you give me your address, I need a deposit of £100 and the other 275 can be paid on the day, or cash or card, cash or bank transfer. I look forward to seeing you on Friday. I look forward to seeing you there. And then copy and paste it so that you can got it all there, written, ready for the next one or the next one. Be consistent. Make sure that, write it down. How much you're going to charge is really important. If you're not used to saying how much you're charging, you feel uncomfortable with it, write it down. But we'll go through bits and pieces like that tomorrow.
So on an average, how much do we charge for past life regression if it's online or if I go to clients?
If you do it on a 1-to-1, I would say at least £90, £100. You never know how long a past life regression can take a while, or it might not. But I would give up to, we'll say it could take up to 2 hours, depending on what goes on. But it might be less, because you might get them in there and they might experience what they experience and get them out. I mean, Nick weren't very long, but I would have spoke to her more beforehand and probably spoke to her a lot more afterwards. It would at least take an hour minimum.
Can you give a rough time frame? Can you sort of say, like, this is how much I charge and your appointment will last between 45 minutes and an hour and a half or something?
Please allow up to 2 hours.
Oh, okay.
Because you're allowing up to 2 hours.
But if it's less than that, they don't hassle you saying, well, you need to
it's going to be 45 minutes. They'll get, when they come in, like there's going to be someone that talk a lot at the beginning and chat, especially mostly women, will go, I want to do this, and other people will go, right, what do you want me to do? And then you still got to explain your pre-talk and what do you want to achieve out of this and why do you want past life regression or whatever it is they've come for. So some people it will take longer than others. And sometimes I think someone's going to be really quick, but something could happen in the past life regression. You could be there for ages, or they could come out past life regression and they want to really go through what happened because they found it very profound or upsetting or surreal or whatever their experience. They might want to go through it in great depth. And I'm just one of those people that I don't like to rush people.
I mean, it's all part of the appointment, really, isn't it?
And if you're charging £100 or £150 or whatever you're charging, then I think you owe them that much, don't you? Is to say, I'm going to take my time. You take the rough with the smooth. Some people might finish a bit earlier, and that's great. And some you might not finish. It might be the 2 hours, and that's fine as well. That's back to your client is your script. If your client is going to take time, they're going to take time. And if they're going to be over and done with quickly, then so be it. Yeah. It goes through stuff. I feel like it's been a long night.
Tomorrow finishing.
Sorry?
What time's it finishing tomorrow?
9.
9.
Okay. Actually, by the time we hypnotise, I always say like by 9.
Okay.
But we'll go be hypnotising and going through stuff tomorrow from 6 to 8. Right?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, cool. So see you all tomorrow. Lisa, if you've got any problems, give me a call, send me a message, or that goes for any of you. But if I will see you tomorrow at 6 o'clock, and I'll send the Zoom. I won't send any of the recordings until I've got more, like till we're finished tomorrow night.
Oh, will it be a new link for tomorrow?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'll send it to you.
Glad you told me that because I'd have been sitting here for ages.
I always just send you another link. It's just easier. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much all. Bye bye.
Later.
Bye.
Bye.